Combo breaker!
We've made it this far. We can go the entire way.
We're going.
Hell yeah!
And we're going for speed. Okay, we aren't going for speed. We're going for a reasonable pace.
Yeah, reasonable place. I believe shit's gonna pop off even harder this session.
Because
and,
Akasaka has received the phone signal from Irie.
Oh yeah, that's
In
right.
the left area, he just got his tires shot up by an MP5.
The phone
He's in
rang for
trouble.
over 3 minutes. The signal told Akasaka that Irie was in some kind of emergency, and that Akasaka himself was in danger now. Takano made a
You
mistake.
need to stream this in the Discord.
I sure do. Takano made a
Everybody
mistake.
gets one.
Didn't realize the ringtone itself was the signal. She assumed someone was staying at the house and would pick up the phone eventually. Her error allowed Akasaka to perceive the extremely important forewarning. Akasaka waited for exactly 3 minutes, then ran downstairs quickly. He already put his shoes on while listening to the phone ringing. Akasaka had memorized the layout of the town from the map he kept near the phone. He knew the shortest route to the Sonozaki residence, as well as a number of alternative routes just in case the shortest was already blocked. People would be surprised to see a stranger coming out of the house, but Akasaka didn't care about that at the moment. He had to get to the Sonozaki residence immediately. However, the observers would see him, and that was a problem. They'd soon come after him. Upon finding the house empty, it seemed that the man who ran from it knew something. Once Akasaka left Rika's house, he had to be prepared to fight. He relaxed his shoulders and reached for the doorknob.
I guess that's me. Major, there's a message from the unit observing the R residence. A suspicious man just exited the house.
Alright, give me a sec. Still putting a filter in place. And my OCD. Oh man.
Yes.
Who is it? Actually, I don't care. Just catch him.
Loud and clear. We'll pursue and stop him.
It was only 10 a.m. It was a lively morning, and many people were getting ready for the festival. Akasaka weaved through the people going in the opposite direction around down the stairs, leading from the shrine. The mad dogs were already chasing after him. There was a significant gulf between the happy faces on the villagers and the serious faces on Akasaka and his pursuers. You hear them coming up behind him. He didn't even need to turn around and check. Akasaka held his breath, focusing all of his senses to their limits, as he sprinted even faster than he usually could with all of his might. The success rate of an escape depends on the distance between the pursuer and the pursued. Even a little distance makes a difference. Akasaka ran down the bottom of the stairs like the wind, then headed to the opposite direction, away from the Sonozaki residence. Of course, this wasn't a mistake of his. He just wanted to lose them.
Shit! What speed?
Way past cool!
Does he have wings on his feet or what?
The observers weren't ready for the chase. They never expected a fast and fully grown man to run out of the house. They assumed it would be a little girl. That assumption was their mistake. Besides, Akasaka's locomotive-like power is nothing like that of normal people. There was no way they would catch him. The mountain dogs fell for Akasaka's trick. They called HQ, told him that he was headed in the opposite direction, and followed him that way. Akasaka was confident that he could have had them completely confused if he had a little more time. Not only that, he could have attacked them individually. Were there 3 pursuers? No, there were probably 4 of them. His mind, body, and skills were all in top condition, so it should be possible for him. Usually overrating oneself is dangerous, but Akasaka was above such an immature level. Resisting violently at a place other than his destination might prompt him to waste manpower and time. But Akasaka wasn't sure of the real meaning of Irie's phone signal. They were at a severe level of emergency. Akasaka had no time to waste, so he had to get to the Sonozaki residence. As Akasaka ran as fast as he could, he tried to think about the situation calmly. Could he attack them first and then head to the Sonozaki residence? The pursuers were scattered about and running out of breath. It would not be easy to fight 4 men at the same time, but it would be different for them to take them one-on-one. When Akasaka decided he had enough chance of winning, he took a deep breath and made a U-turn around a streetlight.
What? it!
The Mad Dogs were surprised to see that the man who was running away from them was now running towards them. They prepared themselves for a fight. But before Akasaka could even reach them, he already had everything all planned out in his head. He had calculated how many blows would take to require to take them all out,
That'd be great.
but his calculations were wrong.
Discombobulate.
Without even needing a second blow, the first pursuer dropped after one of Akasaka's legendary armor-piercing punches connected with his face. And while the first was still in the air, his second armor-piercing punch took out the second pursuer. Tree!
Tree.
Discombobulate. Fuck. There was a chorus of cicadas, which woke Yuri up! He needed a little more time to realize what had just happened. His seatbelt had saved him from a serious injury. However, it was sheer luck that the metal parts of the seatbelt didn't get tangled and the door didn't become warped. He was on the bottom of the slope near a different forest road. Yuri endured the pain and removed his seatbelt. He got out of his car soon after. He heard someone walking towards him through the bushes. A pursuer! He couldn't get caught just yet. If he was captured, it would be impossible to rescue Tomitake. Not only that, nobody would ever know that Tomitake was captured in the basement of the clinic. Even though Irie knew he was helpless, he couldn't falter. The only thing he could do was resist them, and run for as long as he could. But as soon as he started to run, Irie realized it. He had no strength. His legs were shaking and he couldn't even see straight. He'd only been stepping on the gas pedal, but his lungs were about to explode, and his brain was lacking oxygen. It had to be that certain type of exhaustion that came immediately after hyperarousal. Irie understood that intellectually, but he still couldn't get his body moving. He tried to run, albeit in a wobbly way. He heard a noise coming down the slope behind him. That was it. But Irie still tried to run as far as he could.
Journey to HQ. We found him. He's injured. We'll capture him.
Irie heard the voice of his pursuer. Shit, he thought. What can I do? I have to run. I have to! What?
Alright, we're just gonna... total dissonance here.
Lost into spirit of retreat.
Kasai!
Shut up! What's that song you've been singing?
Don't you know? It's really popular nowadays.
My apologies. I'm rather ignorant when it comes to pop music.
There was a wrecked car ahead. White smoke was still visible, so the accident must have just happened. Kasai slowed down.
What is it?
Well,
Oh jeez. Hey, isn't that the coach?
Their car stopped. The sound of the brakes startled Irie, and he fell on his behind. Irie was obviously the one who had been in the accident.
Hey, coach! Is that your car?
Shion-san!
wait. Are you alright, Dr. Irie? You should go see a doctor.
We'll take the coach to the clinic so he can treat himself, huh?
Can you stand up? I'll take you there.
No, not the clinic. I can't go there. I have to go to the Sonozaki residence. Oh.
Coach? Coach! What's going on? This isn't good.
Kasai looked at Irie's car and looked around the area. And he whispered to Shion.
Shion-san, you must be in some kind of trouble.
What kind?
There are bullet holes in Dr. Irie's car. And they don't seem to be from an ordinary handgun.
Really? Take that end. Let's get into the main house.
The two of them loaded Irie into the back seat and got in the car and left in a hurry.
You have to ask the coach what's going on. Can't go back to the clinic. I wonder what he means.
Sound like he was running away from someone there, but I don't know. It's obvious that he was involved in something dangerous.
Hey, where are you going?
Shion was confused as to why Kasai suddenly made a wrong turn.
Dr. Irie's pursuers aimed for the tire of his car. They wanted to capture him alive. His pursuers are likely close by.
They after us. There's no car behind us and nothing in the air. In this area, we'd be impossible to follow unless they're tailing us.
I'm going to make another left turn, just to be safe. And head to the main house. Can you watch what happens behind us?
You got it.
Sorry. Security to HQ. The target was picked up by a civilian vehicle. I need the license plate number and the car model.
Different mountain dog.
But
Another
I just
mountain
did
dog.
it.
Different
Yeah.
mountain dog.
Nightingale, your target is the civilian vehicle now. Search for it immediately. Try to capture Director Irie alive. Neutralize the civilians as well. Dead or alive.
Are you sure? Are you going to find him?
Don't worry.
Oh,
Oh.
which one was I talking?
I guess I'll do it.
Just go, Charlie. Just go.
Yeah, sure. Don't worry. There's a tracking device on the director's coat. Rangier's vehicle can catch the signal, and then they can pinpoint where he is.
Yuri was lying in the back seat wearing his white coat. There's a device on his collar. The security department put it there just in case. No matter how hard Shion tried to look for anyone following them, the enemy already knew exactly where they were. It must be Nightingale 3.
I guess I'll do it, yeah. This is Nightingale 3. We found the vehicle. Just made a turn by the watermill.
There's a map of Hinamizawa on the table in the security room. The path by the watermill led to a certain private property. It belonged to the Sonozaki family, and the Sonozaki residence was the one building on it.
Major.
Oh my, like rats in a trap.
This is Phoenix 1. Nightingale, don't head in yet. Phoenix will join you in just a little bit. We'll go in together.
Nightingale 1, understood.
Thought you were doing your Nappa voice for that.
I don't know what voice I chose for what.
Just go!
Okanogi. Don't give them any time. Don't you let Nightingale go in.
Bad, connection. Bzz, bzz, bzz,
Don't fool anyone, you're just crinkling the chip bag in front of the microphone. Ugh. Nobody listens to me.
Works every time. I mean, wait, shit, it's still on.
Bastard.
The Sonozaki family's basement has a security system which displays images captured from the various security cameras on the property. It's specially in the caves underneath the torture room. Of course, it wasn't as high-tech as the one at the Area Institute. It was the room on the second floor of the gas house.
Asho.
Oh gosh.
Asho.
Yeah.
Asho.
Gasso, okay. A Japanese-style...
Gasho.
Gasho, okay, yeah. A Japanese-style room where you had to kneel and avoid hitting your head. With bundles of wires sneaking away from the monitors, it felt like a hidden chamber. There was electricity and a phone nearby, although it was in a basement. It had all the basic amenities of the Sonozaki residence. At first, all the call members had watched the monitors curiously, but after a while, it got too hot in such a tiny room. Mion and Rena stayed in the room to observe the monitor.
Michan, look! There's a car! That's Kasai-san's car. It's probably Shion. Bet she came because the festival's today. Jeez, why did she have to come now?
I don't know why, but I thought... Okay, to clarify, I thought they were misspelling glass house or something. Or like the gas house? I don't fucking know. It's like where you... the greenhouse, wherever the fuck. Yeah, you know, anyways.
Nancy! Don't have time for her.
Their granny had been at the shrine since the early morning. There was nobody upstairs to answer the door. And if Mion didn't answer it, Shion would think that nobody was home. I wonder if she should tell Shion what was going on. Shion could be helpful sometime. Kasai's car stopped in front of the gate. Someone was getting out of it.
Oh! Michan! Look, isn't that the coach? What?
They saw Shion and Kasai holding Irie on the monitor. Obviously something serious had happened.
Let's move. Anna, Kei-chan, come with me. Tako, watch the monitor. Rika-chan, don't come up. On you, make sure Rika-chan doesn't move.
It's me. I got it.
Like I said, okay?
That's not fair.
Maybe Okinogi had made the right decision. If he had let Nightingale go in as Takano had ordered, it would have been on the monitor. But Okinogi ordered them to stand by until another unit arrived, so they waited. But Mion didn't notice that the enemy was about to attack. By this time, there were many vehicles belonging to the Mountain Dogs parked by the windmill. Okinogi and Phoenix 1 had joined... Wait. Okinogi and Phoenix 1 aren't the same person?
No, they are not.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what?
I
Like
guess
they had like the
yeah, like-
code name.
Yeah,
guess
Like
Phoenix One is
Okinogi
a
went
unit.
under.
I guess
I
maybe Phoenix 1 is the unit? Whatever, it doesn't
Yeah,
fucking
that's
matter.
what I just
Had
said.
joined
That
with
might be the unit.
Nightingale, and they were getting ready to head in. However, it had been a good idea to leave Satoko to watch the monitor. And if Mion hadn't gone outside, Irie would have been killed. Mion didn't know it yet, but Irie was their only hope for rescuing Tomatake. As a result, entirely by circumstance, they did everything correctly.
Sis! I wonder if she's gone to the shrine already. Jian! Where did you come from? Oh, you were in the basement, weren't you? I'll tell the hag you were playing down there. Who cares about that? How was the coach?
Here, one last time. A single gun Mion for the road.
Sorry, I'm just eager to get through this.
I know. I just wanted to do one little bit. Don't worry.
Coach!
I'm the coach. Is he alive?
Huh? Are you all in trouble too? What's going on? Chi-chan, listen well. It's like this.
Coach! What happened? Oh, I'm sorry. The Mountain Dogs got Tomatake-san. He's in the clinic's basement. I got into an accident while they were chasing me. Irie explained everything he could while enduring the pain. Everyone was happy to see him safe, but Mion's expression quickly grew stern. Then she asked Shion a question.
Is anyone after you? Nobody was following us.
Come on, let's go in. I have a bad feeling about this.
There was the sound of a car approaching. And it wasn't alone. Who could it
Pop it
be
up,
at this
yo!
time of day? It was a waste of precious seconds to even think that.
Idiot! They are after you, Shion! I'm telling you, nobody was following us!
Because I picked up both sisters and ran through the gate.
Let's go to the basement, now! They'll be safe there!
Shion-san! There are a lot of strange cars approaching.
No. Go back to the basement. Shut the door. Where's Rika-chan?
He went to the secret room with Honey-san.
This is Nightingale 6. We found the target. Some of our friends are in there too.
Always hiding there, I know it. Right. Hirosa.
Tomatake was lying on the floor of the security room. His hands and legs were cuffed, and there was another pair of handcuffs to connect them, leaving him bent backward on the floor. He couldn't get up or even turn around. Takano laughed and poked Tomatake's side with the toe of her shoe.
That's on me,
The Mountain Dogs climbed over the fence easily. There's no need for anyone to explain at this point. Because obviously they were the enemy, and They were the mountain dogs that Rika had spoken about many times. They went through the grove of trees and headed for the entrance of the underground storehouse. The first 5 mountain dogs were supposed to capture them all, but they fell down, one after another. This is when one of the mountain dogs started to wonder why they fell. He felt something on his leg. The next moment, he was flying through the air.
Shit!
It can be multiple.
Get to the roof!
As he stood up, his leg got pulled again. Here's that there was a rope wrapped around his leg. Because of the way he fell, the rope was wrapped tightly around it, it wouldn't come off easily.
Be careful! There are traps in the bushes!
Sadako set up lots of traps in the bushes. After all, she wouldn't just sit around all day on an empty property. The club members headed into the underground storehouse one after another. The mountain dogs couldn't do anything, although they did see them.
Closing the door. Come on, help me.
Here we go! It was a heavy door, but when they put their strength back together, it closed easily. They unlocked the door quickly, placing on the deadbolt for good measure.
Do you think this will be enough? Don't you think they'll break this door? Don't you think?
I saw 5 or 6. No, perhaps even more cars on the monitor. They're all vans, and I saw strange men inside of them.
I don't think this door will be broken I see that, Pira. I saw that Xenoblade. I don't think that door will be broken that easily. But I imagine they're used to doing things like this. We shouldn't underestimate them.
Before he could even finish speaking, someone pounded on the door. The second group of mountain dogs had arrived. Though the heavy door was separating them, it wasn't at all comforting to know the enemy was just on the other side.
French.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault.
You haven't done anything wrong. Let's go farther in.
Yeah, let's find out how many there are in the monitor.
Okay, fine. Leave me out of this. I'm just an outcast.
Oh, shut up. I'll explain when I have 5 minutes to spare.
Jelly.
Bone was Nightingale.
Number 1.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's number 1.
Nightingale 1 to Phoenix 1. The targets are in the basement. There's a steel door here, and we can't break through.
Phoenix 1. Roger that. Shit. The Sonozaki family must be so rich. The property's too huge for us to surround, so we won't even try. Let's join Nightingale. Nightingale, knock some trees down. We'll use them to ram down the door.
Phoenix 7 to Phoenix 1.
Oh.
You have some plastic explosives for indoor use. You want us to get them ready?
Plastic explosives are explosives for military use. There are various different kinds, but he was talking about the types specifically made to break down doors. Okunogi momentarily thought it was a good idea, but changed his mind right away. There's a small village. If there was an explosion, everyone would hear. It was daytime and they were on the surface. It was the worst time and place for the mountain dogs to do their job.
An explosion isn't a good idea. Wait a minute. What time is it now?
It's almost 10 a.m.
I see. Phoenix 7, we'll do it. Get the fuse ready.
Phoenix 7. Phoenix 7.
Commander.
Oh, okay. Well, you didn't tell me I was Phoenix 7.
I thought that one of you Phoenix.
Someone was Phoenix 7 already.
No.
Alright, I'll do it, sure. Commander, what does 10 a.m. have to do with an explosion?
Okunogi's mind was working sharper than ever. He was sure that this would work. Everyone gathered in the secret room.
everyone okay? Hello? We're watching the monitor. There are about 30 guys out there.
That many? That's not good.
I see. Look, they don't know what to do.
When Mian touched the switch, the screen switched to the view of the entrance of the basement. Some of the mountain dogs are checking out the door. They didn't appear to be trying to force it open. They're simply at a loss for what to do.
What do you think they'll do now? I think we're trapped like rats in here. Well, I'm sure they're going to try breaking open the door.
What the heck? What are they doing with that log?
They must be thinking of using it as a battering ram.
Echo just said they're assuming we're trapped rats. We should get out of here while they're still trying to open the door.
I agree. Besides, we have to rescue Tomitake-san.
Right. No matter how strong the door is, we'll be in big trouble if they find us. I think it's time for us to escape. Sis, don't you think we should call the police? Oh, yeah. Completely forgot about that. Bit of a spy at the police station overhears us. There really isn't much we can do. He can do at this point anyway. Sure, Ishi-san will come right over.
Mian picked up the phone. Why hadn't you thought about this earlier?
What?
What's the matter? Mian pecked that you tried to listen for a dial tone.
Phone. What's going on? I don't hear anything.
They must have cut the line.
Son of a bitch.
What? Suddenly, everything went dark.
What? The power failure?
Kasai lit his cigarette lighter, and Mian turned her emergency flashlight on.
This is the drawback of a basement.
They won't be able to see either, right? No, but they might have some kind of device that lets them see in the dark. Don't you think? Yon-san, do you think they cut the electricity? Are they just going on the offensive?
Nothing else. Work to turn the security... I didn't get to finish reading that line. Nothing else. It worked to turn the security system off.
They were checking out the door. Didn't give up. They have a way to destroy the door, and they don't want us to notice it. That's why they cut the electricity.
Are they going to blow up the door?
The door could be destroyed in a second, so we can't stay here, right?
Hey, John! Let's get out of here! Show us the way to the hidden escape route!
This way, everyone.
Mian's getting confused amidst all the chaos. She underestimated the mountain dogs. She even considered that they would have some explosives. But she didn't think they would use them in Hinamizawa, in broad daylight. Someone will hear the explosion. Is there even such a thing as a silent explosive?
Thermal explosives.
Yeah.
They do that pretty quietly.
Thermite's not quiet. I don't know.
No, not thermite, like a thermal high temperature explosive.
Ah, what a rough bunch. Not even concerned with the minor risks. This is a crazy situation. The mountain dogs are always very, very careful. I don't know about Takano-san, but there is no way that Okinogi-san will allow an explosion in the middle of the day.
They're still going to do it, huh? Got guts. I don't know much about them, but just like a silencer and a gun, aren't there, like, silent explosives? way! No matter what you do, an explosive sounds like an explosion.
Oh, I get it! A staff member for the festival! Aren't you, Coach? What time do they let people know what the festival is going to take place?
I'm pretty sure it's at 10 a.m. Oh.
You think track and field day? You want to hide a tree? Hide it in the forest, huh?
Rika knew Okanogi well. He'd always complain about how he had to guard her like she was a princess. Rika had never expected Okanogi to be so sharp. That was why she was more frustrated than anybody else. The mountain dogs had quickly set explosives on the basement door. Long wires were connected to the
Bomb
explosives,
has been planted.
and the mountain dogs were waiting on the other end, lying flat on the ground.
I just want to get through this.
One of the members
really
were holding a detonation switch. All the wires were linked to it.
Almost 10.
This morning, I thought it was bad luck that this happened in the day of the Higurashi festival, but now I'm glad about it.
Okanogi, they realized that he could use the festival effectively. He's going to make sure his enemies got what they deserved. On the morning of a village event, they used fireworks to let everyone know that an event is going to take place that day. The method is often used for track and field days at school. Since Watanagashi starts in the evening, the fireworks go up at 10 a.m. The fireworks, of course, make loud explosive noises. Since the enemy's eye was located in a ravine, the sound echoes, making it hard to figure out where it's coming from. And that's what an advantage for the mountain dogs.
Now!
Breaching! A loud noise and a
Breach.
shock. Loud shock shook the ground like an earthquake. Also, look forward to the Rainbow Six stream. The explosion must have had a warp to support beams everywhere. There was a discomforting squeaky noise, and dust fell from the ceiling. It certainly was powerful. Explosion must have blown the door wide open. An explosion that took place without anyone noticing it.
Come on! This way!
Mian let everyone into one of the rocky caves. There was a well-hidden shaft there. They called it the Hidden Well, but it was actually a very eerie vertical tunnel. Didn't have enough flashlights for everyone, so there was no way for them to see the entirety of this ominous hidden well. Are you telling us to go down there? How far does this go?
There is a horizontal tunnel crossing it after about 30 meters. You can get into the mountains through that tunnel. Okay, then why don't you go first, sis? You know the way around here better than anyone. Huh? Do I have to? Who else? I and I will be the rear guard. Come on, hurry up. Okay.
Mian was going to volunteer to take the rear, but Mian and Xian knew instinctively. Because there were so many of them, the rear might not make it in time. They might penetrate the rear. Like the iron door at the entrance. Once the enemies were inside, all they'd have to do was go through the inner doors, which were easily breakable. Yes, really. The route was basically a straight line. They probably won't get lost in their way. That's why Xian took the rear guard position before Mian did. After all, she was actually the older sister. Xian wanted to protect her younger sister, who was playing the older sister in this real emergency. Mian intuitively knew what Xian was thinking. He understood well the relationship between her sister and herself. She wasn't the only one who felt guilty for taking the older sister's position. Xian felt guilty for making Mian take on the responsibility of the family head. And here, finally, was a chance for Xian to atone. Which one are they referring to? I have no idea.
Mian.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Mian-san, do you have a key to the armory?
Wait, armory?
Now is the time to open.
Yo, are they gonna get guns?!
I mean, they are a Yakuza family.
Mian silently threw over the key, yelling, "Guns, guns, guns!" Kasai and Xian took it and ran deep into the rock tunnel.
Listen, everyone. It's about 30 meters to the horizontal tunnel. You fall, that's it for you. It's dark, so be very careful as you go down. You end up waiting, make sure to light the way for the others, okay? I think only one or two can go down at the same time. Go first. Come on, give me some light.
Mion-san, be careful. The ones with the flashlights. You be careful too. If the lights were on, they could have gone down quickly. There are actually a few light bulbs inside the well. Of course, Mion had already checked them. It was now certain that the enemy had cut the power to the basement. It was extremely dangerous to go down the well with just a little light from the flashlights. As one went down, there had to be people lighting the way. Mion was right. Because as soon as she went down by herself, it was almost impossible to go down to the ladder without the weak light from the flashlights. The lights didn't reach all the way down. In the darkness, her feet suddenly became unsteady. Every step she took made her more nervous. It was about 30 meters to the horizontal tunnel. That's quite deep down enough already. But the hidden well went deeper than that. If Mion fell, she wouldn't just injure herself. Hasn't it been 30 meters yet? She thought. She couldn't even remember exactly how long 30 meters was. Had she missed the horizontal tunnel already? At that time, she felt a cool breeze on her body. She could sense a huge hole nearby. She got a flashlight to light the surrounding area. She saw the black tunnel yawning before her.
Okay. Here I go. Okay! Found the tunnel! Kachan, come down!
Mion lit the way from below. Okay! You're next, Mika-chan. Coach, you go next, then Hanyu, then Satoko, okay? Let's move! Ikuze! He wanted to say that he would go last, but Rena gave the order first. They couldn't get into the basement of the clinic without Irie. Without him, they couldn't rescue Tomitake. Their lives were all equally important, at least for the moment. His is the second most vital after Rika.
Alright.
Oh fuck, that's me. God damn it. Please be careful. I'll light your way.
Okay. Come on, everyone. Hurry up. Ah! Ah!
Rika was much shorter than Mion. She couldn't get on the ladder as easily. Her legs were too short and her left foot slipped.
I'm okay. I'm sick of this life where I never grow up. Passed through June of 1983. I'll grow taller. Boobs will get bigger. I'll be like this forever.
Who didn't? Though she had been living for over 100 years, Rika was still afraid of heights.
I'm straight.
And she fought that fear. She tried to climb down as quickly as possible. After a while, the light from the top didn't reach her anymore, and Mion's light from below lit her way. Mion's light was enough. The next person could come down.
I'm okay. Whoever's next can go. Okay. Coach, you're up next. We're grown man, so go down quickly.
Right. I'll go next. The Mountain Dogs moved forward carefully, wearing special goggles so that they could see in the dark. The one in front notices Sadako's trap and stops the rest of the men.
Nightingale 7 to Nightingale 1.
Aw.
I just found a wire trap. Careful coming in.
Roger that. Phoenix 1, there's more traps. Why don't we turn the lights back on?
Idiot! That only helped them escape more easily. They must be having problems trying to escape in the darkness. We have to give them as much trouble as possible. Corner them in the darkness, and we'll get them. This is a huge cave system. There must be another way out. They won't try to hide. They'll try to escape. Give the assault unit some firearms, bulletproof shields, and grenades. The Sonozakis are basically a major Yakuza family. Assuming they can counter us with smuggled guns. Which means we can watch out for those tripwires and claymores. Unless you want to end up with thousands of lead pills in your body. They'll shred you apart!
Roger.
Sadako's traps were effective only because they were professionals. Sadako had seen that any professionals would misinterpret her traps as more dangerous ones. That's why she ran wires everywhere. Sadako was right. The Mountain Dogs were successful at breaking down the iron door. They hadn't even reached the torture room. However, the huge cave with the hidden well was just on the other side of the door to the torture room. A matter of time before the enemy caught them. Okay, Rena, you're next!
Yep. Come down in a hurry too, Keiichi-kun. John, how is it up there?
Apparently the same footing as you. Rena is coming down right now. She's moving right along.
Okay, don't fall. Rumors say that all the people who ever opposed the Sonozaki family were dumped into this well. It's a bottomless pit.
That would never happen. Shion, what the heck are you carrying about? Around? Oh, fuck. Shion had returned with a big machine gun in her hands! What the heck, Keiichi thought? It's one of those machine guns they use in war movies. Its defining characteristic was the magazine it bent forward. What's it called again? Kasai had one in his hands too. She has a fucking AK-47!
Wait, it was like a huge machine.
Oh, that's a
gun, isn't
banana
it?
mag. That's got to be an AK.
Yeah. He appeared to used to be handling machine guns. It almost didn't look real. It seemed like a natural fit for this surreal world lit only by flashlights. Each felt like the odd one out here. They didn't know how to use a gun. Shion and Kasai hid the opposite side of the cave so that they could see the entrance to the torture room. Not only Kasai, but Shion seemed to be used to doing things like that. Shion, I'll do that. Why don't you go down next?
Thank you for the manly offer, Kei-chan. It'd be much quicker if you went down swiftly than if I had to explain how this Kalashnikov works.
Yep, that's an AK.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. Pretty girl like me will never die.
And she died. And then Shion winked at Keiichi. As Shion winked at Keiichi, they heard a door being knocked down nearby. Immediately, Shion and Kasai's look turned stern, and they took cover behind the rocks, aiming their guns into the darkness. The enemies had entered the torture room. There's a flash next to the door. Kasai had left it there. The Mound Dog seemed to be able to see in the darkness, even though they couldn't. So it was an improvised solution. The rest of the Mountain Dogs were growing closer. They were pacing to the torture room. In other words, the door was the only thing separating them from their enemies.
Keiichi-kun! Hurry!
Shion, you go first!
Shion-san.
Something happens to you and I live. My sister will never forgive me for that. Don't have my loved one anymore, but she does.
Huh? What are you talking about? Now of all times!
Don't plan to die, but please tell Shion this. I want us to be twins again in the next life. Get going!
Shion yelled, telling Keiichi to move on. I didn't understand why Shion said to tell Shion, but she asked him there to convey that message. Otherwise, something terrible really happened. Shion's message would never reach Mion.
But they swapped again?
I guess we're back in Shmion and Mishon mode. An explosion shook the air.
Bracka! Open
Something was thrown
fire!
from the torture room! The explosion from that and the noise from Kasai's machine gun sounded at the same time! The clamor echoed in the cave! All I can do is those violent flashes of light burn the series of images into my eyes. Is shed tears over my own intolerable powerlessness, and climb down the ladder. Man quickly screamed from below. I descended to scream up to the top, too.
Nightingale 1. Oh, you go ahead.
Yeah, let Khan do it. She's trying to do that.
Nightingale 1, they attacked us. The enemies are trying to stop us from the huge cave on the other side of the torture room. There were 2 muzzle flashes, probably AKs.
Whoever it is, he's a professional. Phoenix 1, give us an order.
There we go! Our opponent is a professional! Don't go in unless you graduated from the killing house. Nightingale 1 and 2, Phoenix 7 and 8, get ready to move in! How many firearms do we have?
We have 4 MP5s and plenty of grenades. We can't trust our bulletproof shields, so we abandoned them.
There's a flashlight on the right, next to McCabe. I'm assuming they don't have a device to see in the dark.
9 Gale here. 19 1 here. We're going in. Throw in some stun grenades when I give you the signal.
While the enemies were quiet, Kasai changed his magazine.
Shion-san, that's enough. Please, go.
Aw, Kasai, no!
I go, they'll all fire at you while you reload. Can't do it by yourself.
I think I'm like 2 seconds to reload an AK.
There was a contradiction in what Shion just said. According to her theory, the last 2 can never escape. Man kept shouting from the tunnel below.
Damn it, Shion! Hurry up and come down!
Everyone knows it wasn't safe to stay. But nobody could stop Mion from screaming. Mion and I will wait for Shion here. Rena, why don't you take everyone else and escape into the hills?
Okay. No. I don't want to lose anybody. God. It's the final world. There's no more starting over. I don't want either Shion or Kasai to die. I don't want a future like that. I know we can't redo it, so no! I don't want it! Shion, please calm down!
As they looked up into the well, they saw a violent flash and heard a roar.
Damn!
Then they heard explosive sounds. They were from the sound of the machine guns that Shion and Kasai were using. Those were a tinkling sound, which could have been the sound of bullet shells. They couldn't see anything other than the flashing lights. Only the noise reached them. When everything stopped. After a little silence, footsteps that didn't belong to Shion or Kasai gathered at the top of the well. They could hear hard-soled shoes kicking the bullet shells as they walked.
It's clear. 9 Gale 1 to Phoenix 1. We've secured the loopholes.
That voice echoed down the well. Mion and the others heard it too. They didn't know how to react. Some became speechless. Some started to cry. Some let out a wordless scream. Looked up at the well as they waited for Shion and Kasai to come down, but there was no sign of them. A bright beam of light shone down from the top of the well. Irie grabbed Mion and Keiichi's collars and pulled them back. But they could see in the dark. They might already know that Keiichi and the others were hiding in that horizontal tunnel.
Roger. Let's try. Can you hear us? You don't need to reply, just listen.
A guy shouted from the top of the well.
We want the Queen Carrier, Rika Faraday, and the director, Kyosuke Irie. You misunderstood something. We are here to eradicate the local disease. What's happening right now is because we suspect the director's involvement in a conspiracy. You have nothing to do with this. Turn them over to us.
They had to turn all the flashlights off so no one could tell what kind of expression were on each other's faces. But I could sense Mion's expression distorting. And because of the darkness, nobody knew to stop her from screaming.
You murderer! Who killed Shion?
Oh, you're talking about this girl. Don't worry. She's still alive. She's just unconscious.
She's alive! She's alive, Michan!
Mion didn't rest easy at their announcement, though. Because she knew Shion's survival wouldn't help resolve this situation.
I'm with that guy. He's alive, too. But if you refuse to turn those two over to us, we'll use them both as bargaining chips.
What are you going to do with them?
As Mion looked at the top of the well into the dark, it suddenly became very bright and she saw something unbelievable. Shion was unconscious and one of the men was holding her. basically sticking her body out over the edge of the well. If the man let go of Shion, she would fall to the bottom. They had no idea how far down it went. There was no way she'd survive.
Shion!
Shion didn't reply, but she moved just a little bit. Shion was alive. At least for the moment. No. No way. They won't push her off.
What are you saying? You can easily kill a hostage if they have more than one. Of Shion and Kasai-san. Push Shion off and just ask the same question again. Means it.
Mion lashed out fiercely at Keiichi. You're good at saying what he just did.
I'll give you a little time to think.
Hold on a second. Okay, there we go.
But after 60 seconds, the first hostage will go down.
Okay, noob Cybot.
Yeah, I wanted to change the voice of it.
Think over it carefully.
What should we do?
Mion was half crazed with fear and panic. They want me. Let them think Rika-san has already escaped. I'll go. They should be satisfied with just me. That plan sounded just like the best idea for minimalizing damage. But Rena quietly spoke up.
No. Jichan and Kasai-san risked their lives to buy time so we could escape. If you went back, what they did would be wasted. What do you suggest we do? You saying we should let Shion die? You saying you don't care if Shion dies, Rena? Damn you!
Please stop me, son. I don't know what to do either. Cause son is my Nini.
Oh.
Nene. Like One-san.
No, it's
Shion!
Mion started to cry as she held Satoko's head. The mountain dog's beam of light shone into the horizontal tunnel. The eyes had grown used to the darkness. Oh yeah, Nene, because yeah.
I thought it was Oni-san versus One-san.
Yeah, I forget about that all the time.
It is.
I just hear Nissan all the time. So even with a little light, they could see. They could sort of see one another. But so what? The desperate situation, and Mion and Satoko continued to cry. Rena bit her lower lip, trying to hold her feelings in. Irie simply looked down. As for Rika and Hanyu, they were restless.
What do we do, Hanyu? I don't know what to do. I don't know either. Hey, you're God, aren't you? Something. Do something! Your psychic powers knock the enemies down! Help Shion! Do something! Only a miracle can save her! For God, make a miracle happen!
Slap. They all heard a strange sound. Everyone was surprised to see what caused it. Honey just slapped Rika in the face. Oh.
Rika, listen to me.
Hanyu?
Both have experienced many worlds, and we have learned much. Times you learned, and sometimes I learn. We've learned so many important things. Now, in this world, we've learned the most important thing. The thing we've been pursuing. The thing we finally got. You know what that is?
It was how to make a miracle happen. A miracle's like a number you get on a die. And the results of a roll depend on God's mood. God holds the key to miracles. Humans don't have the right to control them. But although humans don't have the right, they can perceive. They can perceive how to improve their odds, so they can make a miracle happen.
How to make a miracle happen?
Rika. Should already know. You learned it before I did. This world must be precious to you. Why don't you try it? It's one last time.
Rika's mouth hung open. That's right, she thought. I'd forgotten again to make a miracle happen.
Well, go ahead and escape.
Rika stood up. Everyone was surprised to hear what she said.
VA, take them. Go out there. Akino means to kill us both, but she wants to kill me in a certain way. She won't kill me for a while.
Are you kidding? You don't let dead anyway!
If I don't go, she and Kasai will be killed. Let them capture me. The time will take Takano to kill me will give you a chance to counterattack. Good John. Thinking about it now, the answer was very simple.
What does black text mean?
Is this like fourth wall break?
Black
As
text
she
means
spoke.
It can be read
No, shush.
on a white background.
Shush. As she spoke, Rika stepped out of the horizontal tunnel and reached the ladder. A beam of light shone down upon her. In this dark world, her figure seemed almost holy, like someone receiving a divine revelation.
Cuz. All believe we can win.
Hey, I need to ask, what does this look like in the old background?
Here. Well,
It's complete white.
Okay,
and
come on.
original.
I do want to see. Yep. Okay.
Okay, that's what I figured.
You, me, and even God believe in it. This is nothing. Diba.
Rika's smile told them that she trusted them. 100%. She believed someone would come rescue her before she got killed. This was why she didn't mind letting the enemy capture her. If it would save Shion and Kasai's lives, then it was nothing.
Coming up right now. Pull Shion back, okay?
The mountain dogs pulled Shion's body away from the edge of the well.
If you even think of touching my friends, I'll bite my tongue and kill myself. Akino wants to kill me personally, so if that happens, you'll be in big trouble. Okay?
Alright. Come on up.
Don't go too deep or else you'll hurt your throat.
Actually, this is quite a relaxing voice.
Let all of my friends go. According to your plan, they'll all die anyway.
No, we can't do that. We won't kill them, but we have to restrain them.
Well, that's a pity. Well, it'd be faster to let go of this ladder than to bite my tongue. It's a very deep well. If you can't produce my corpse, then that ruins your plans too, doesn't it?
As long as they had captured Rika, mountain dogs didn't really care about the others. They were ready to kill the rest if they resisted once they had Rika. And they wouldn't agree. That's why they wouldn't agree to Rika's request. They were thinking that maybe they should just let Rika die. This is when they heard something. All right, I hate to say this, but I also want to see what the classic one looks like. Oh!
Oh, that's sick!
Oh!
That's sick! Yeah, those are some crazy eyes.
And
What those potato eyes?
And I wrote.
This is definitely like one of the times where they kind of fucked up Ryukishi's intention. I started speaking in a clear voice, with a very mysterious tone. Like it's coming from below the surface of the earth. Like it was coming from heaven. Hanyu spoke.
I am saying I accept the deal.
Can we just hear how they portrayed that type of narration?
Yeah, sure.
I'm very curious.
Well, I mean, we can't do narration, but you can do.
No, I meant like the actual voice. Like,
How much of this do we have?
okay, she just sounds serious.
Okay, so no wait, that's a grown ass woman.
Second, my mom is calling me to help out with something.
Alright. Okay.
Alright. Have fun.
I don't know. What's a line that Noob Sidebot does? Does anybody know?
Here.
So wow, yeah, shit's popping off, huh?
Yeah.
You always mimicked me, but you made a poor grandmaster.
Wait, what is it?
You always mimicked me, but you make a poor grandmaster.
Always mimic me, but you make a poor grandmaster.
Oh god, that uses up a lot of breath. It's like, it doesn't actually hurt my throat, but it uses a lot of breath.
Mm.
Be a little bit deeper when you're doing the
Yeah.
voice.
You merely adopted the darkness. I was born into it.
Wait, are we waiting on someone?
Kaneko
had to do a thing because
Oh,
of
okay. I
mom.
was like, wait, what?
Unfortunately, we will take a brief break in our non-stop reading of Umineko. Not Umineko, Higurashi. Umineko is next.
What if, man, I'm just imagining, like, the tone difference of you putting up, like, a load screen that's Hanyu's song with a little Hanyu gif on it.
No, I'm just retweeting pictures of Parasol from Skullgirls now.
Herbert, why'd you click the mic on to do that?
I don't know.
So, do you prefer gruff voice or Noob Sidebot voice for Nightingale 1?
Whatever
Gruff
doesn't
voice.
murder your... yeah, I guess.
Neither of them really does. Oh, you prefer gruff voice?
But hey, that's just me. If you want to do Noob Sidebot, go for it.
I don't care which one. I just kind of wanted to. I just wasn't feeling the gruff voice, but at the same time, I wasn't sure what I sound like because we sound different to ourselves.
I was about to say, boy, I'm glad I don't have to do gruff voice, and then I remembered, oh, Genji.
You don't have to do a gruff voice for Genji. Just try and do like your best Steve Blum impression, or like a little bit. Okay, you have to do a little bit deeper. Yes,
alright.
master. How can I help you?
Yes, master. How can I help?
No, that's not Genji. That's my character, Goda.
I don't
Yeah,
even
Goda.
know what Genji looks like.
Hi, my name is Giorgio Shiramiya, son of Eva and Hideyoshi. I'll be very pleased to meet you.
Also, I'm going to make a minor confession.
Yes.
I've been watching a Wayne Radio TV live stream on my phone. It ended, but there was some really good shit in it.
It do be like that.
You got Crazy Bread, him eating in front of a snail, him crying in a Jack in the Box.
Oh, that's Jack Frost.
It's worth mentioning that it was playing.
Wait, is that Jack Frost? Or am I
No,
stupid?
it's just a
Damn it.
Jack. It's a Jack in the Box.
Looked like Jack Frost's hat from the top of the fucking frosting.
For the record, it was also playing Guts' theme over it, so I have a feeling that I know the intention of the video.
Who?
Damn, Khan's mom is asking a lot of questions.
I mean, after the Rika Booba line.
So how's everybody doing tonight?
Alright.
I
Y'all
am
great.
slowly
Y'all
becoming
gaming?
a chair as we inch closer.
Okay, so tell me, does Robu sound different to any of you guys?
Oh yeah,
Like,
he
is it
absolutely
different?
does. He got a new
his
splitter.
mic, his
Yeah,
mic.
it's not a
because
splitter, it's a new
mic-
microphone entirely.
Oh wow.
It's a
yeah.
His
USB
mic
mic.
does sound different, and
You sound astoundingly clear.
you sound clear. Yeah, what's
Really, I
up?
thought his old one mic made him sound clearer.
I actually don't
Yeah,
think
I
his
got-
mic sounded clear.
I
There was
got
a
a new
fuckload of
headset
bass
too,
with
and
the
people were
problem.
saying that it sounded way better than I was before.
Oh, you sound good.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Now, that was a few sessions ago when I switched to a wired mic instead of a wireless
I'm
one.
quite far from my microphone right now. Do I still sound clear?
You sound
Oh,
a
yeah,
little bit.
Yeah, a little bit more, but still good.
I will become furniture in 48 hours.
Yo,
I
let's
can
not
hear
wait
your
for
accent a lot more, Robu.
I can't
Let's
wait
have
for
a battle.
Umineko.
I can
gonna
hear
listen
your
to my
accent a
guy.
bit more.
Accent? I don't have an accent.
It sounds like a bit of a Canadian accent, I thought.
More like
No.
an accent core.
You're crazy.
Accent more like chair.
Plus
am I right?
R.
Oh,
Ow.
Speaking of which, look forward to the Guilty Gear stream in 2 weeks.
Strive?
Oh
Is that
no,
when
we're
Strive
no,
comes?
no. It'll be Revelator, and then Strive is like the week afterwards. But that's gonna be on a Friday.
If you guys get Hellish Court, I'll play Hellish Court with you.
yeah, I'm good.
We should
Really?
play. We should play
Yeah.
Smash Brothers 64.
Hellish Court. It
We
seems
could
cool.
actually well no, we're gonna get fucking copy. We're gonna get cease and desisted by Nintendo because I don't know a legal copy of that game.
I do.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Hellish Court for a second. I
Careful,
thought
Orange. Orange, careful. They might DMCA for even mentioning them.
no, shush.
No, they wouldn't do
What
that.
was I going to say? We could actually do Accent Core on the Thursday beforehand because I won't have access to the game until like later in the day on Friday.
Alright.
My teeth taste good.
okay.
Good.
it'll be a pleasure when we get to Umineko and I can finally voice George. I'm still kind of workshopping some ideas.
After in the final like after talk about everything, I will finally drop my long-awaited line that I've been practicing for a while now.
Okay.
I'm very excited for the voice directing pre thing.
Back, motherfuckers!
Okay, let's get to it.
Okay,
Let's get to it now.
Yeah, we're getting back to it.
Go for a deeper voice for this on you.
I'm saying I accept the deal. Complaining and do as she says, lowlifes.
Also, I'm going back to old boy.
Gafurude is coming up. We'll fulfill her little request. That will not provide to those who won't offer anything themselves. Stop thinking above yourselves, you humans. Know your place and the sin of pretending to be more.
Nightingale 1, the member who had been demanding their surrender, suddenly overcome by a strange sensation. He had been in such an advantageous position, but somehow it didn't seem that way anymore. And that girl's voice, something strange about it. That voice belonged to something both holy and sacred. He instinctively sensed it. Humans can only negotiate with other humans. It's impossible to negotiate with a being greater than all humans.
Wait. I'll check with the commander. Wait a minute.
Wait,
Nightingale 1 to Phoenix 1.
He had been very threatening until just the previous minute. He had grown completely perplexed. Everyone was stunned by Rika and Hanyu's mysterious auras.
We will come rescue you right away, okay?
Rika muttered as she tried to hold back her tears.
Hey, we'll accept your request. We'll let everyone else go. Rika Faraday, you come up. Major Takano says there's something she wants to talk to you about.
Okay, coming up. Bye.
There goes my hero. Watch her as she goes.
Have we ever been looking for you, Rika-san? You're such an important person, so you can't just disappear like that, you know? That's against the rules.
Me.
Rika-san, we'll have to take you back to the clinic. Everyone else is free to go.
The assault unit that led Rika headed back into the basement. They were about to break the rules, too.
You aren't going to keep that promise, are you?
A promise? What are you talking about?
You're doing the Thriller laugh?
Possibly. Whoa there! We don't want you biting your tongue. Hey!
As Rika tried to run, Okanoki grabbed her fragile arm. She fought back, but the resistance meant nothing against him. One of the mountain dogs took out a syringe from the case. It shouldn't kill her. They would probably put Rika to sleep. Takano, after all, didn't need a chatty Rika. Just needed a live queen carrier. If you got that shot, that will mean the end of this world. Before Rika could scream, the other dog covered her mouth.
Hurry up and give her the shot!
The dog with the syringe drew closer to Rika's arm. Rika was being grabbed from behind and her mouth was covered. There was no way for her to fight. I believe. Oh, that you can go.
This is Rika talking.
Yep.
I believe, even if I'm asleep. Believe?
Rika kept repeating that in her mind. That someone would wake her up. And that the first thing she'd see when she opened her eyes would be her beloved friends.
Question mark?
It happened all of a sudden. The minute the syringe spun twice in the air and dropped to the ground. Nobody, including Okunogi, could understand this sudden phenomenon. It defied the very laws of physics. Rika couldn't understand it either. The man who was holding Rika from behind spoke up. I made it. His voice had a heavy feeling imbued in it. I regretted it in countless worlds. Whenever I realized it was too late.
Who? Who the hell are you?
The others took a few steps back, away from Rika and the man holding her. There are many as within the Mountain Dogs. Some of its members don't remember each other's faces. There were just too many units, so nobody really paid attention. All the Mountain Dogs are more or less well built. But this man had an excellent physique. Even Oganogi noticed he'd never seen anyone like that in one of his units before. Rather, he actually wanted to recruit him. But, this is what I've been longing to tell you all this time. Rika-chan, I came to help you!
Remember, that's gonna be clip.
Fuck.
Freezing motherfucker.
Oh my god.
Wait,
Alright,
what's this
no, okay, no, come on. We gotta keep it going.
Let's keep going! Asaka!
Also, he looks fucking Tekken 7 music at the start. The hands were holding Rika left her shoulders. They left ever so gently.
Damn you!
And as soon as they did, they transformed into a pair of furious fists, which implanted themselves in the face of the men attacking him from behind. They threw up through the air. Akasaka hit those two without even turning around.
Bone.
Bone!
Oh, sorry.
Members of the Mountain Dogs surrounded Akasaka. Harry didn't even see them. He can only feel the deep emotion of finally being able to do what he had been longing to. And the five of them sensed it. That maybe, just maybe, he didn't even care that they were there.
What? What are you doing just standing there? Get up!
An Okinogi signal, the five Mountain Dogs bore down on Akasaka. Rika-chan, stay low.
Okay.
Rika dropped to the ground, and Akasaka was left standing there. Akasaka came back to keep a promise he made with a girl 5 years ago. But his promise was worth more than 5 years. Rika knew that. Akasaka probably understood it too. Promise went back 100 years. For 100 years, Rika not being able to save her from the conspiracy. He knew that one day there would be a miracle. He could travel back to this day. That was why he continued to train himself. His strong will and Rika's wish made that miracle happen. The one and only miracle allowed Akasaka to be here in Hinamizawa in June of 1983. The first one went down in the time it took Okinogi to blink. Lowering himself to grapple Akasaka had proven fatal. It wasn't so soft to let such a perfect opening go by. Akasaka's hand smashed into the back of the man's head. His blow was powerful enough to smash a pillar of ice or shatter a mountain of tiles. As it happened, Akasaka was holding back a little so that his target wasn't too injured. Akasaka goes all out for the very first shot. That's why he needs only one shot. He is unrelenting!
Oh, this is sick!
Akasaka's well-trained fists continue to knock down the mountain dogs, one for every time Okinogi blinked. One hit per opponent was all Akasaka needed. This is the true essence of karate. Akasaka's colleagues praised and feared his power. His power is like armor-piercing ammunition.
Shut the fuck up.
It's the
Oh my god.
Weapons were useless against him. No matter how hard his victim tried to protect himself, it meant nothing to Akasaka. But he was too strong for the mountain dogs to even understand that. As if he was a giant, they had to crane their necks up to see. Akasaka-san didn't even give them time to think. Someone from the mountain dogs must have called for backup. About a dozen more members had arrived. Don't worry, Rika-chan. As long as I'm here, I won't let them touch you!
Neat. Draw some pictures while I wait then.
As Rika stayed low to the ground, she took a stick and started to carve into the dirt. That made Okinogi even angrier, but he calmed himself down. And the warrior's intuition resting in Okinogi's blood came to a realization. Numbers didn't matter. Even the full force of the mountain dogs wouldn't be able to defeat this monster. All the combat units were still down in the basement. There was no way they could take him.
Okay, I guess I have to take you down.
Let me go!
By the way, I remember you now. Your face brings back a whole lot of memories.
Yo, put up the Yakuza text!
Boy, you've sure grown, huh?
You. It can't be.
You don't recognize me? It sure has been a while, huh? You've grown a hell of a lot. Good to see you again.
It had been 5
It's the
years.
mofo who clipped him!
This was the man who Akasaka fought while he was investigating the kidnapping of the minister's grandson. Akasaka still had been inexperienced then.
Whoa, what?
I was ready to go easy on you, so I held back. But I won't hold back today. And that fat guy won't come to help you either. Still, you sure have improved a lot in the past 5 years, huh? I'm happy. I've been hoping for something like this for 5 long years. The rest of you, stay out of this. He's mine.
Okinogi took off all of his equipment and threw it onto the ground. He loosened one button and then positioned himself.
Oh
Seeing
god.
that,
Guts fists.
Akasaka-san realized that he was somewhat capable and narrowed his eyes in vigilance. Okinogi took that as an insult. That Akasaka only thought he was somewhat capable. Xavier was telling Okinogi that he viewed him on the same level as the other small fry. So actually, this is one time where I feel like they kind of fucked it up a little bit because I really like the original style a lot more.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! How much better?
Looks like he's gonna be some
Can I be honest? That this looks the new PS3 sprite looked like they kind of rushed it a bit.
Yeah,
Wait, can you go back to the Steam one quickly?
Looks like Jackie Chan!
that one looks like he's ready to dance.
Yo,
I really like this one. Yeah, no, like this straight up just feels like they fucking traced this.
His body looks weird.
This feels like they traced the image of Jackie Chan.
Never underestimate the pride of an elite warrior.
Akasaka
Is he Vegeta now?
first moved up to take his stance and then avoid getting Rika involved. Akasaka hadn't even moved one bit until just then. Okinogi could easily see that Akasaka was extremely strong. At the same time, he thought he would be fairly simple to take down. Karate must be a martial art, but nowadays it was just sport. The army combat Okinogi trained in was completely different. Obviously, Akasaka had studied a lot. That's all just child's play. All he learned was routine moves and forms. Besides, karate moves are just fairly straightforward. Okanogi was confident that he could fight any karate pro and win. Dragunov versus Lei Wulong. Okanogi started leaning onto his toes and using his meticulous footwork. In contrast, Akasaka still had moved from his back stance. Akasaka was acting as if Okanogi's footwork was a simple trick, which infuriated Okanogi. Okanogi moved fiercely and nimbly, in a manner completely different from how Akasaka was moving earlier. Akasaka remained calm, but Okanogi saw it differently. He can't react to my movements, and he's prepared to take damage in order to deal more. Akasaka couldn't defend himself from Okanogi's quick jab, and it connected with his face. It was a quick but light attack. First was to distract Akasaka and create an opening for Okanogi. Okanogi knew that Akasaka would use his arms to guard his face instinctively. Okanogi's real purpose was to attack his abdomen, which would then be unguarded. Of course, Akasaka didn't have enough time to guard himself. He had more than just good kinetic vision to prevent his attack. Only Okanogi, trained for many years, perfected the speed of that technique. Normal people struggle helplessly while vomiting if they were to experience Okanogi's kick. It can rupture internal organs. It was pretty amazing that Akasaka was still on his feet.
What's the matter, Mr. Karate? Can't you fight back?
Okay, so yeah, at this point, Akasaka is definitely Jackie Chan.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Oh, wait, huh? Here we go. Yeah,
There's
okay.
a cutscene.
It said too light.
It said too light.
Akasaka said too light.
Oh, too late. Akasaka
too
mumbled
light.
something. Oh,
Light.
too light. Akasaka mumbled something, but Okanogi couldn't hear. Actually, he did hear it. But Okanogi never imagined. He could say such things in this situation, so he couldn't hear it. He couldn't comprehend it. Too light.
What did you just say?
Your attack is only meant to defeat your opponent. That's why there's no weight to it.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Karate nourishes you spiritually. To attack others, you have to learn to be attacked. One learns how much pain and grief that their own bloat deals to others. They finally understand the meaning of striking another and being struck. You aren't even close to that level. That's why your attack has no weight!
Are you saying that I'm still immature?
Only if you want the right words for it.
Okanogi attacked Akasaka again. But this time, Akasaka was simply built different. Akasaka blocked both Okanogi's fists and legs. Of course, Okanogi was still the only one attacking. But Akasaka started to become much more aggressive. His hands and legs were being injured. Okanogi instinctively sensed that he was in trouble. He thought Akasaka was just a police officer. His movements were too dangerous. He was dangerous. So Akasaka's training and experience must far surpass Okanogi's. Wait, that dynamic heel kick isn't karate, is it? Akasaka's heel kick missed Okanogi's head by a millimeter.
You do something other than karate, don't you?
No. I only do karate.
Don't lie! Some of the moves you're doing aren't karate at all!
Oh, that's so stupid.
Okanogi's starting to become impatient. Fuck you, this is awesome, I love this. The reason Okanogi ridiculed martial arts as a sport is because they are all hard-headed and only use set moves. He hates move lists! This is how you strike in karate! This is how you punch in boxing. This is how you throw in judo. It's easy to learn, and that's why it's easy to win. But Akasaka was different. So that he only did karate, and he must have spent unthinkable hours training. Yet he was flexible enough not to be confined to only by formatted moves. This is understanding at a spiritual level.
For karate, baby.
The spirit of martial arts isn't just forms. When somebody learns forms to reach that spiritual level. Therefore, for one who has reached it, there are no forms. What Akasaka had was a philosophical spirit!
This is fucking stupid.
I'm disappointed in
I
you.
love this! It's so stupid and I love it!
Shit!
Akasaka stepped away from his original spot for the first time. He moved forward. He filled the space between Okinogi and himself with his inescapable conviction. As Akasaka walked closer to Okinogi, Akasaka's assault radius tried to swallow him whole! To be within that radius meant death! Okinogi walked backward to avoid being in that radius. This is the result of his clear-headed judgment. Not because he was scared.
Yeah.
You don't even know the meaning of an attack! Think just how significant it can be!
Oh! Oh!
As Okinogi moved backwards, his back hit the van he came in earlier. He was cornered!
I think I peed a little.
Having your back to a wall didn't mean you were at a disadvantage. But the more it was pressed against the wall, the further the disadvantage it became. Okinogi let Akasaka come any closer. Okinogi wouldn't be able to take a combat stance. Okinogi decided immediately. The last chance he had was the moment before Akasaka took his next step. Akasaka's foot left the ground. He's taking another step. Now!
Go to hell!
No tricks, no feints. Okinogi lowered himself and attacked with everything he had. This attack was powerful enough to break Akasaka's ribcage and rupture his heart. I'm a professional. Okinogi told himself.
I cannot be defeated by this mere amateur! I'm Okinogi the Mountain Dog!
He has a different font. Good for you. So how much did you get paid, huh? At that moment, Akasaka's eyes opened wide!
Oh my god.
All the mountain dogs heard a noise. It was the noise of people fighting. It was the noise of a traffic accident! Okinogi's blow missed by a slight amount. And Akasaka's fist chuck inches away from Okinogi's face. There was a dent in the sliding door of the van. The windows on both sides had shattered. Like the van was in an accident. Was it even possible for a human fist to do this? Time resumed his flow, and Okinogi knelt down, falling to the ground. Akasaka didn't miss on purpose. Akasaka couldn't control his fist because he put everything into the one blow.
His hand must be shattered by now.
Okinogi should thank Akasaka. Akasaka made able to control his attack better. Okinogi's face would have ended up like the van. However, although it didn't hit Okinogi's face, it shattered his spirit.
Job, Akasaka. Clap, clap, clap,
I
clap.
thought his hand was gonna be shattered.
Rika applauded.
No. His groin is.
But in the situation, it didn't sound like applause. It almost sounded like Akasaka's fighting spirit was popping like firecrackers! Akasaka pulled back his fist, turned around calmly, and then spoke. I broke my hand. Who's next? I don't want to waste time. So why don't you come at me with all at once? Everybody at once? Run away! They knew. Everyone knew. But there was no way to defeat Akasaka with their bare hands. They realized they needed weapons. They also needed more people. There should be a better equipped unit in the basement. All of a sudden, they began to move quickly. Time began to move quickly. Remaining mountain dogs emerged from the basement.
You are not permitted to fire on the surface. I repeat, do not fire on the surface. Phoenix 1 gave us permission to collect R and retreat immediately.
But the mountain dogs who just witnessed Akasaka's battle against Okinogi realized that it was time for them to run. They didn't even care about Rika. Who even would think of taking Rika from him after seeing what Akasaka was capable of doing? when Okinogi regained his awareness. He jumped into a van with the mountain dogs as it drove away. Okinogi took off the intercom device to fight with Akasaka. He had no idea what had transpired in the basement. The mountain dogs broke back. After the mountain dogs broke their promise with Rika, they were supposed to round up the remaining club members. When Akasaka showed up, the dogs had to be divided into ground forces and basement force, which altered the situation. Kasai had gone on the counterattack. All the other club members somehow climbed up from the well and helped them.
Oh yeah!
Since the mountain dogs weren't allowed to fire on the surface, they realized they would make the situation worse if Kasai fired his guns once he came up after them. Okinogi was unreachable, so Nightingale One ordered the retreat in his place. Who would bear the responsibility for this? It was probably Okinogi's fault for taking off his intercom device to fight against Akasaka, as he basically abandoned his job as commander. But everything happened in the first place because Akasaka showed up. Maybe he was his triumph rather than Okinogi's blunder. Either way, everything was miraculous. But the mountain dogs hadn't run with their tails between their legs. They had simply retreated for the moment. When they returned, they would have enough men and enough arms, ready to kill all who stand in their way. And that would happen very soon. There was no time to waste!
Mika! Glad you're safe. Yeah. Damn. Thanks to a miracle. Oh, it wasn't a miracle! We're together, and one of us, Akasaka, came to help you, that's all. That's true. Something like this can't be called a miracle. Okay, now it's our turn to attack!
Yo.
In the basement, the club members were talking about their grand counterattack. Rika was a little disappointed that she couldn't have joined them, but she was happy that Akasaka told her what she had been waiting to hear. Did you guys hear that he came? Did you guys hear that he came? Rika told him about how heroic he had been, and he got a little embarrassed. Kasai was doing alright, but Shion wasn't doing so well. Of course it wasn't life-threatening, but she couldn't hear them well in her left ear, possibly due to being so close to an explosion. After hearing Mia went around Shion's left side and whispered some dirty words. She'd been able to hear them fairly well. Of course, she might have been hearing through her right ear, though. She decided to lie down on the tatami mattress in the torture room while Irie kept an eye on her. Mia was very worried, but Shion told her that she was okay and forced her to go ahead with the next operation. Mia could that Shion didn't understand her feelings. Now they would have to come up with an idea to rescue Tomitake from the clinic. They had Akasaka and Kasai on their side, both of whom were used to battles. And also they had Irie, who knew about the secret basement of the clinic. They'd have to get moving quickly, but they had to at least have a plan. It was almost 10:30 a.m. Because of what they had gone through. They were exhausted, it felt like it was almost evening. But if they were at school, it would only be the second or third period. They had to pull themselves together. They had to regain their fighting spirit. Irie checked Shion's left ear with a pen light. I'm not a specialist, but your eardrum may have been damaged. Do you have a headache or feel dizzy at all?
No. It'll be just fine.
Irie wet his handkerchief and wiped Shion's face gently. Gently.
Are you surprised? But the manager of the Hinamizawa fighters was in a gunfight, I mean.
Yes, I am. Are you ready to give up your own life? My Barasan told me.
Jeez. Looks like that sound cool in the moment when you survive the pretty embarrassing, huh? Man.
something happens to you all and my sis will never forgive me for that. None of my loved ones anymore, but sis does. I don't mean to tease you, but you're talking about Satoshi-kun, aren't you?
Well, I don't know. Who knows where he could be? I don't even know if he's alive or dead. Orange.
He's alive. Shion stopped in their tracks when Irie answered immediately. Toshi Hojo-kun is alive. He developed terminal symptoms due to excessive stress last year. Me and the other club members had already told Shion about the current situation, so she kind of understood what he meant. Thought I could treat him with the same drug I used on Satoko-kun. Satoko-chan. Satoko-chan was one of the very rare unlucky cases. Satoshi-kun's treatment had been very difficult. It's still going on.
Satoshi-kun. He is still alive.
I'm sorry for not telling you this until now. Satoshi-kun is in the basement of the clinic.
Shut the fuck up!
This whole time.
Motherfucker!
Basement
hiding
arc.
him in the basement.
No,
They
no,
fucked up so hard.
no. This is a fucking cop.
Oh, whatever. Who cares at this point?
I'm fine with it.
We're getting the happy ending.
Irie isn't a cop, he's a doctor.
No,
Said
like- no, like,
cop,
it's a-
and this is a fucking
Doctor
cop out.
It's a cop-out.
Oh. Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
Shion looked very serious. As if she'd gained the determination to fight. Keiichi and the others were just talking about how the enemy found where they were. I think there might be some kind of device on Dr. Irie's clothes. Not his personal clothes, something the clinic provides. You mean my coat?
Excuse me, let me check. Let me smack behind your head.
Shion checked Irie over like an inspector at an airport. And she found a little button on the backside of his collar. It's a little round button. There's no reason why a button like this would be on the back of his collar.
This is probably it. This is how they found us without following the car. Damn it. As long as we have this button, it's possible for us to create a diversion, right?
A decoy unit with this button can lure the enemy away, and while the clinic's short on staff, we can attack and rescue Tomitake-san. I think that's the best way.
In that case, the decoy unit should bring our foes to my hills.
Yeah, that area would be perfect. It's pretty vast. They may have to bring in lots of men. Rendering the clinic practically empty. But we'll have no way of knowing how many will stay behind at the clinic. Mr. Tomitake is there. Probably have an appropriate number of men to guard him.
In that case, we should add something they want more than Tomitake to the decoy unit. You sure, Rika? Yes. As long as I'm with everyone else in Satoko's hills, I won't be caught.
Maybe we club members know the hill well enough. Maybe it's a good idea to use us as the decoy unit. That works. The adult unit will attack the clinic while the decoy unit lures the enemy away. It's the chance of success.
As long as Akasaka-san pretends not to see anything. Since I heard you're a policeman.
Kasai spoke with while loading his shotgun. I'm off duty now. Akasaka replied while checking an automatic pistol. He hadn't used this particular gun before, but he was used to handling guns. He was prepared to fire, too. He was trying to memorize how to remove the safety, but he looked nervous.
Have you ever used a machine gun before?
No. I've only ever used handguns.
Then maybe you should get used to it. Make sure you have a full magazine at all times. And have another gun, just in case the magazine gets stuck.
Kasai-san. Is that a shotgun?
The odd number shots are slug bullets. They can suppress enemies as well as destroy walls.
Holy shit, Jesus Christ.
This guy's fucking packing, man.
Wow, I know people who call you Shotgun Tatsu, but you really are a shotgun expert, huh?
Shotguns are very deadly. Therefore, without even firing a shot, my opponents may surrender.
Damn.
By the way, I have some bulletproof vests. You should wear them.
Kasai sounded very dependable, but at the same time he reminded everyone that the operation would be a very dangerous one. It wasn't a simple fist fight. It was a fuck fight. Even a veteran soldier can die in a gun battle. There's always a chance of death, regardless of how well trained you are. In fact, Kasai and Akasaka are the only people who could be depended upon. Yes, he loaded with alternate bullets. Kasai talked Yuri out of carrying a gun because it may be dangerous for him to have one.
Shooting down a boar isn't a Texas thing.
Someone could get injured by friendly fire. This is that maybe there should be more people on the team. Both Kasai and Akasaka refused because those who couldn't even handle guns at all might end up as dead weight.
Well, then I have to go, huh? I lack firepower. I'll bring my Ingram to support you.
But are you okay, Shion? How's your ear?
Oh, it's all better now. I'm back to normal. Sorry to make you worry. Shion. Did I just say? Huh? Huh. Of course, I heard it.
Mian had tricked her. Mian didn't say anything. Shion still couldn't hear out of her left ear.
Shion, it's too dangerous. Honest with you, you shouldn't even be in the decoy unit. You should just hide somewhere. Sis, listen. I now have a reason why I have to go to the clinic. But if I mention it, Satoko is going to want to come too. She just can't. It will be an indoor fight, and the enemy will fire at us. Do you mean...
Mian sensed it. That's the reason why she had to go to the clinic. That was why she didn't say anything more. She was in Shion's position. She would go even if neither of her ears could hear. Really?
It's too dangerous, Shion-san!
What's happening?
Please think it over!
Satoko. And we'll join the rescue unit. Satoko, the decoy unit is counting on you. Concentrate on your job.
Orange, what's up?
Your mic was kind of peaking a little bit.
Oh, okay, I'll just mute. It's probably my air conditioning.
You know, right, Vanessa? You know I'm not planning to die. Yeah. Do. Armored girls can never die. That's right. Even if they kill me, I won't die. People don't die when they are killed.
She and Rena gave each other high fives.
Okay, it's decided. Get moving! Gee, take the button.
Here you are.
Good luck, Riga-chama. Tushi. Believed strongly in a miracle. Now it's going to happen. 4. This is a chance that God has given you.
I think there were days I didn't believe. I think someone even admonished me for that. It's difficult to keep believing, isn't it?
You believed. Regretted not believing, so you believed. Please cherish this day. Your strong will brought about today, and you will no longer have to suffer what you have been suffering up until now.
Hey, are you my sis's new friend? Don't know your name. Thank you. Yeah, I think it'll go well.
Kaneko?
Got Khan?
Huh? Hello?
Hello?
Sorry, my dog had to come in my room because he was trying to fight one of my other dogs.
Oh.
I love
Oh.
it. I call Remus a demon for a lot of reasons. His personality.
Nice.
Okay.
Of course it'll go well.
Remus, no! One moment, sorry.
And so it begins.
Dun 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 dun. It's good music.
Yeah.
Okay, he's good.
Yashiro-sama guarantees it.
Mountain Dogs retreated and reorganized their units. They're now ready to attack again. Takano was furious at them for not being able to bring back the clinic, even though they had her in their hands. She gave an order to capture her with all the Mountain Dogs forces put together. The vehicles were at the clinic, and they were all standing by for the order to attack. Takano wasn't the only one who was furious. Okanogi was as angry as her. That rookie policeman from 5 years ago had grown. He even made Okanogi yield. He couldn't accept that he was defeated, so he was bent on revenge. The reason why the order to attack was held off was because the signal from the transmission device on Irie was momentarily interrupted. Interpreted to mean that Irie had gone even further down into the basement. The Mountain Dogs assumed that the club members would go even further underground and try to escape by using some kind of secret passageway. That passageway couldn't be that long. They'd have to come to the surface eventually. The Mountain Dogs were planning to catch them as soon as they surfaced. The villagers were too busy with setting up for the festival. They had no idea what was going on. By this time, the Mountain Dogs had shut down the telephone network. They're afraid of the club members would call the police. The only way into town was being watched by the blockade unit, so the club members couldn't escape that way. Ara and her friends had to come up to the surface. They couldn't be thinking of staying underground until things had settled down. Their lifeline, Tomitake, was in captivity. They couldn't be stupid enough to think of attacking the clinic to rescue him. More than likely, they would try to escape from the village on foot. Probably to call the police to help them. Showing several cars driving around the village, and their eyes peeled for the signal from the transmitter or those on the run. Time to wait patiently. The battle returned to the starting point, and the balance of power was even again.
Scheduled report from Skylark 2. All clear.
They can't stay quiet for that long. We have to be patient. They'll turn up. By the way, where's the princess?
In another castle, I believe. I believe she's interrogating First Lieutenant Tomitake. She's trying to talk him into joining our side. Who breathed?
Joey.
Oh, sorry.
At this point, that may be the only way to settle matters peacefully. Good thing we captured him alive. With the princess gone and no phone calls from Tokyo, I can finally enjoy this cool air-conditioned breeze.
Did somebody?
Or she comes in like the Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah, when she comes with a Kool-Aid Man with like a portable air conditioner, just starts blasting them in the face with it.
Air conditioner and chapstick. Anyway, Shelly.
Yeah, he tosses like open chapstick bottles. What?
Read the
Ellie,
thing.
please,
Go!
Go!
Oh.
Go!
Commander, there's a radio call from Tokyo.
Please, please.
It's from Nomura-san, and it's for you, not the Major.
Good grief. If the phone's so good, they'll use a radio, huh? Well, I wonder what the Queen in Tokyo wants from me now. Okie dokie and the Mountain Dogs here. Over.
Notake was being held in a small meeting room. He was shoved under a desk. He was restrained so tight that he couldn't even turn around. Takano was sitting in the chair next to the table, staring at the whiteboard. It outlined the research plan that was to be shut down. But Takano wasn't really reading it. She was just staring. Neither of them said a thing. Silence filled the meeting room. You.
It's almost 11 a.m.
You said the line.
It's a long day. I was woken up so early and it's not even noon yet.
Mitake didn't reply.
Jiro-san. You think you can help me? I don't need the mountain dogs. I only want you. Mountain dogs can't comfort me. Finally realized that your insensitivity is the only thing that can.
Wait, what?
Jiro-san, you knew that, right? Was why you acted that way, right? Thought there was no use in trying to sympathize, and you tried to comfort me. That's what you thought, right? Only pretended to be insensitive. Help me enjoy myself. You... Not speaking to you as Major Takano. Speaking to you as Mio Takano. Still won't talk to me?
Hostage may only give his name, rank, and identification number. Takano hung her head.
I don't have the key to those handcuffs. Sorry.
That's fine. I didn't ask you to remove them.
Vicky, would you like a cup of coffee?
No thanks. I don't want you to have to help me get to the bathroom in this position. It was hardly a conversation, but Takano was happy that Tomitake had finally replied. However, that wouldn't solve any of their problems. If you must kill me, I'm alright with that. And peace when I was caught.
Yeah. I was planning to kill you tonight. I'm glad you're prepared for that.
Good.
Orange.
Then my resolve won't go to waste.
Hey, don't you want to live? If you promise to join me, you won't have to die. My superiors say there's no point in keeping you alive, but I'll work something out.
Who are your superiors?
I don't know. The person who contacts me calls herself Nomura, but I'm sure that's not her real name. I really don't know.
Well, you must have talked to her before you said to do this, right?
Only talked to her a few times. When I think back, she probably just wanted to use me. But at the time, I thought she was the only person who could understand me.
I understand. And there was a time you needed someone to help you.
Hmm.
I wish I could have been there for you.
Yeah. If you were there, it would have been so nice.
Nobody has died yet.
But I'm going to kill them.
You have your masterminds. But there are other masterminds in Tokyo who oppose them. Most of them want to hush up the issue. You may think it's too late to do anything about it, but you're wrong. There is still something you can do. You can make this whole thing disappear.
And my grandfather's research on the syndrome will disappear too, won't it?
Takano-san, what do you want to happen? Takano closed her eyes for a bit while she came up with an answer. Her grandfather's research had been insulted. She wanted those with higher positions of authority to take it seriously. Nomura could make that happen. When the final operation was enacted, the higher-ups of the country would have to read the article, and they would have to believe what's in it. They will authorize the execution of the emergency manual. And yes, that would create an irreversible disaster. At the same time, the disaster would prevent her grandfather's article had merit. Proof. Will you be satisfied with that?
Sure. I'll be satisfied. It is the purpose of my life.
I asked you before. You'll disappear after this operation, aren't you? Mio Takano's purpose will be fulfilled. You'll vanish from the face of the earth. You'll return to being Miyoko Tanashi. That's your real name, isn't it? How long had it been since she heard that name? Takano closed her eyes slightly.
Yeah, that's right. Soon enough. I will return to being Miyoko Takanashi.
Tanashi Miyoko lost her parents and was set up to an orphanage as a little girl. She died after being tortured. That's what you said, right?
Yes, I did. I have to go back inside of that metal fence. Have you experienced something like that, Jiro-san?
Takano told Tomitake about her horrible experience, which were simply unimaginable for normal people.
I'm going to return to that place. And this time, Grandfather won't come help me. So, I will die. If I was dead, I wouldn't exist here. If I wasn't here, there wouldn't be an Unie Institute. Wouldn't be stuck living out such a bizarre fate.
You're planning to die, aren't you?
I'm supposed to be rewarded after the operation. I don't believe that. I might be suddenly killed one day.
Don't you have someone who you can trust?
Clients are just clients. They're not my allies. And dogs are. I paid them more than enough.
But you can't truly trust them, can you?
They are my allies. They caught you. Trying to catch R and her friends as we speak. Helping me.
But it's not the kind of ally you need right now.
Right. Aren't the kind of ally I need right now.
Takano paused. She paused because Tomitake had just said exactly what she had been thinking. The day Tomitake disappeared, she had been feeling restless. Takano had to admit that she needed Tomitake.
Hiro-san paid the mountain dogs a few 100 million yen to be on my side. A little more than 100 million yen left. Do I need to pay you?
You shouldn't think about how much it really costs to get what you truly want.
It's rather a pretentious thing to say in this situation. Want me to say it's something I can't buy with money, right?
Why don't you give up? You'll be able to tame the mountain dogs with your money, but that won't work on me.
I want you on my side. If you want, I'll give you everything. Not just money. Do whatever you want to do with me. If you want me to lick your shoes, I will. Isn't that enough?
Tomitake didn't reply. It wasn't affirmation by silence, but signal of the Takano that he had already told her everything he meant to say. And the most saddening form of silence for her.
I'll make you breakfast every morning. Show up before you when we meet. I'll never make you wait just to test you. Isn't that enough? Hiro-san?
Tomitake didn't say a word. He couldn't see her face under the desk, but he could sense it. He didn't have time to say anything to her. Being silent was the only thing he could do. Suddenly, the phone rang. Takano sniffled once and picked it up.
This is Takano. See. Understood. Be right there.
Takano stood up as she put down the phone.
Mountain dogs found R. Found Irie's signal too. Must already know the roads are closed and are trying to escape through the mountains on foot. Won't be easy to hunt them there, but we're actually an advantage since there's nobody else around. Yujiro-san. I think this will be our final conversation. I wish I could have heard you say something at the end of it all.
And still, Tomitake stayed silent. Takano ran out of the room. She didn't look like she was hurrying back to work.
It appears that they came out above ground in the mountains.
Yeah, I would like to quickly interject. Do you think we should end it there, or should we keep on going?
I mean,
it's almost 12.
I honestly don't mind.
I feel like this is gonna pop off again soon.
Honestly, if we
You might
want
wanna take a
to
break.
go for another hour, I don't mind.
I don't mind that either. Want to
Please,
hit that?
one more hour. I can't take this frustration
All right, let's
anymore.
keep going then. Shit.
They might have.
Bang, bang, bang. Pull my double trigger.
They might have
We're
tried
around for
to.
the next hour. No bits.
Please stop interrupting everybody.
They might have. They might have tried to get some help from the villagers, but a patrol vehicle found R and some of her friends and started tailing them. For a time, R and the transmitter were operating separately, but they rejoined at the mountains on the map.
You're saying they split up then met back up?
They must have planned their escape route, I guess. I'm sure they're confident knowing that they know their way around the mountains well enough. If there are too many trees, or if the bushes are too high, our weapons won't work as well as they should. That's what the karate guy would think, at least.
Okinogi was determined to catch them this time. He kept saying how he was simply caught off guard before.
Can't escape this time. Must catch them before they get to Okinomiya.
Yes, I know. Since they know the mountains better than we do, we'll have to get serious. All our units will besiege and overrun them. All units, did you hear that? Think of it like a soccer game. Our opponents are gonna try and score a goal. That goal is Okinomiya. Don't let them get there. The karate guy is mine, though. I will absolutely bring him down.
Good Phoenix 2.
Fuck it, Phoenix 2 here, roger that.
Bone.
9 gal here. 9 gal here. Roger that.
Yeah.
You
I'll
Skylark.
do it. Skylark here. Roger that.
Heron 1 here, roger that.
EQ.
All units, move out! If we fail, it's game over!
Quite so. Cannot fail. Take command of the corpse from here. You would think it'll be alright to leave Tomitake behind.
Sure. We're leaving 8 armed security guards behind. Even if the enemy came at them with double that number, they'll be fine. That karate guy will be more of a problem. We simply can't underestimate him.
Security unit guarded the basement of the Yuri Institute, which was the heart of their organization. Therefore, they were armed more heavily than anyone else of the Mountain Dogs. Okinogi's confidence in the security unit and his newfound obsession with defeating Akasaka made the diversionary plan a success. At the same time, that meant that the decoy club members would have to deal with the full force of the Mountain Dogs. The dogs' white vans ran through the village. While they couldn't fire shots outside, all members were carrying stun guns that fired electric needles. While poor on range, they could subdue a target instantly. With a switch, they could change between merely stunning or killing their target. The perfect weapon for people like the Mountain Dogs. Meh. They didn't separate into groups and headed for the mountains. Playing surround their enemies and then smoke them out. Let's be Phoenix 4, come on.
Commander, all units are standing by in position.
Very well. Major, please give the order.
This is Takano. Make sure you capture R alive. Don't care if you kill the rest. Don't let them escape. Finish it right there.
Nightingale, Skylock, Heron, start running! Start hunting. Phoenix will be the goalkeeper and we'll be the reserve. Be ready for anything.
This is Phoenix 7. Roger that.
Let's begin!
The Mountain Dogs started marching, spreading out in a line with a few meters between them. This mountainside was a savage land where not even the villagers would dare tread. There's some trails, but no paved roads for human beings. Required an enormous amount of diligence and patience to hunt on a mountain like this. All the dogs were very nervous. They told them most of their enemies were children, but that a few were trail-well-trained adults with them as well. In addition, they were supposedly armed quite heavily. They knew the layouts of the terrain quite well. It was obviously going to be a tough battle.
Kanogi. How many people do you usually need to search a mountain?
It's hard to say, but I'm sure that the more people we have, the better the position we'll be in. But all the Mountain Dogs put together won't even be close to enough.
But our enemies are just a small group of people. Don't you think we're at an advantage?
How?
Well, you know what people always say. Takes thrice the forces to break a defense. We have twice more than that on our side.
Well, if that theory works, we're talking about thousands of soldiers. It doesn't work in smaller scale battles. The U.S. Armed Forces proved in Vietnam War. Sorry.
Alright, so we're gonna take a quick water break.
Oh,
Because
fuck my throat.
If we are gonna be going for an hour longer, we're gonna take a couple minutes for people to drink
one
shit.
second. I'll be right back.
It's totally fine by me.
Alright. I'm gonna put on the loading screen. You can listen to bongos and cue Battler for a minute. I'm gonna go get water too.
Nice.
Oh, wait, Con, what do you mean by
Right.
frustration? You just want to finish it?
Yes, I'm just getting antsy.
I get it,
Yeah,
yeah.
you want to get in me?
Plus, it's also getting really hype and exciting, and I really just want to see more of where it goes.
We should have about 3 episodes worth of anime left, if that makes any, if that's worth anything.
Josh,
We
you
have-
said under 4 hours.
Yeah,
by the
it's
time.
under 4 hours left. Actually, if we were fortunate enough.
Yeah, but the anime is way more concise than this shit is.
But yeah, finding out that Okanogi was that guy from part 4 that was doing like the battle with Akasaka, that was pretty cool.
I can't
Toshi
believe
was in the basement all along.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
That's what was in the basement.
Wait, was it
A teenage boy. That was all that was in the basement.
Did they
Attack
reference
on
the basement
Titan
in the
reference.
past? Oh,
Yes.
alright. Just making sure that it wasn't like there wasn't past foreshadowing about this.
Oh, there was absolutely no foreshadowing to this. Surprise, surprise, he's just in the basement.
Yeah, like we have under 4 hours if we were to stop right here.
So, Mion, whenever in part 5, Mion like said that she didn't know where Satoshi was, right?
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure if like she lied, like if there was any point she lied about where he was or something, or if I'm misremembering.
I think it's already been
I don't
established
think
that
she
she
knew.
knew nothing.
Water, liquids, water.
She didn't know shit. Just remember, it was a whole red herring that the Sonozakis were behind everything when they
Yeah.
really weren't at all.
My door, I gotta close it too.
My question is, why was there that whole arc where Neon turns into a demon and starts killing them if it wasn't them at all?
Because it's explaining episodes. It's explaining episode 2. Like this is when he was kind of taking Answer's arc as like in a very literal sense, because in the future the Answer's arcs exist more to just explain things that happened and not literally redoing the entire episode.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember, like, it was so bizarre when I was watching the anime, like, wait, so they just made Mion the villain for this arc, but the Sonozakis have nothing to do with the curse.
Perspective. The word you're looking for is perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
But that being said, technically speaking, it's less about them not being. It's not less about them being the villains and more like her essentially becoming a victim to the syndrome.
Yeah, she goes insane, just like Shion does later.
Mm-hmm. Well, no.
So-
no, Mion never went insane.
Oh yeah, because it was Shion the whole time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot about that bit.
It was Mion all along, though.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess if you want to be really granular.
It was me,
I thought
Mion.
It
I
was
thought they
Mion.
implied that like episode 6, where it was that Mion and Shion had swapped the whole time.
Oh, AC, you back?
Yeah, the water actually has
I'm
helped. Like the pain is
Shelly, are
like
you
gone,
back?
mostly.
All right, are we ready to? Is your throat feeling better? We got to get back into it, or do you want to wait a little bit still?
I was gonna say I want to give everyone else a little bit though, but
Alright.
I'm ready whenever I wanna. I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I got my.
Just give me like 3
Fucking
minutes,
ready.
and I'll be right back.
Alright, Chili, ready? Everyone ready? Let's...
Wait, I think Charlie said he's gonna be right back.
Oh, fuck.
You just give me 3 minutes?
Uh,
Nah, fuck it, I can go. Let's just go.
Let's go.
Go.
Hot chips ready. Let's go.
Well, if that theory, you hot tip and lie. Well,
You already read that line. Don't worry.
all right, cool.
And in this case,
Also, there we go. For still
Wait, yeah,
loading
wait.
screen for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm about to say uncue.
Go.
God.
then in this case, how great of a force do you think you need to search this mountain, Okanogi?
Well, whatever works, I guess.
I don't know what you mean by that. Would be an appropriate military force.
Considering what happened this morning, we have to conclude that their commander is extremely brilliant. They also have at least 2 weapon experts. And at least 1 close combat expert.
Okay, I see that, but the rest are all kids, aren't they?
That's what I think too, but we're in their territory. One kid who knows an area well can be equally to a finely trained patrol unit. They are more troublesome than you think, Major.
And tell me how great of a force you'll need to actually suppress them.
Well, we need 1 division. Let me explain what I meant by that. 3 or 4 mountain dogs can make a battalion, and 3 or 4 battalions can make a regiment. And finally, 3 or 4 regiments can make a division.
Are you saying we need 30 times as many people?
Of course, that alone isn't enough. We need to get in touch with an artillery base and request an advanced bombardment. If we could get help from the air, I'd want the Phantom to drop napalm bombs.
What the fuck?
Is this a bit?
You've got to be kidding me! We don't have that much force at our disposal! What do you think would happen if we tried to chase them down with our current manpower?
Well,
Tell me, great commander!
well, it won't be easy, that's for sure.
Okinogi laughed boldly. He said it wouldn't be easy, but seemed to be implying that he was the only one capable of doing it.
Although this is their territory, they just got there a little while ago. They don't have a base, and they didn't even have time to set up traps. I don't think they've had enough time to use their knowledge of the mountain to their advantage.
As Taka listened to Okinogi's explanation, she felt a little anxious. When she pretended to be friendly with Satoko a long time ago, she told Takano all about her mountain. Takano remembered how Satoko told her all about all kinds of traps she'd set up, but she couldn't recall which mountain Satoko was talking about.
Skylark 1!
Someone go! Do it! Go, 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 go!
Skylark to base.
Skylark to
We've
base.
located
We've located some of the target. Oh.
And Nor to do.
You are.
We can't see R. We're still searching.
You can use them as hostages. Capture them even if R isn't there.
Nightingale, did you hear that? Gather up all the nearby units to block their escape route.
Oh. Oh.
Roger, we'll back you up.
Well, of course. They'd want to cut off our escape route, wouldn't they?
Some fallen trees are leaning against the much larger pine tree, forming a natural scaffold. The small hut made out of plywood had been built on top of them. It was one of Satoko's many secret bases. It was at a perfect spot since Mion could see the foot of the mountain well.
Wow! This went just as Michan expected! Well then, we'll see what they've got, huh? Can we win? Can we? What are you talking about? Of course we're gonna win. Our enemy's commander is worthless. They need at least 1 division. They're trying to attack us with just a single company. What are they thinking? See just how many of them will be able to go back down the mountain in one piece today.
I can kind of hear your stream in the background.
Oh, what?
I can just hear the echo.
I don't know why that is.
Damn it! This is Skylark 4. We've been attacked. Shit! Don't let him get away! They let loose tons of logs! Starlock 6 sprained his ankle, unable to pursue. We'll go on without him.
Don't let them escape. Keep chasing them until the end. Don't even give them a chance to rest.
Oh, this is
This is
Skylark 11.
Skylark 11.
You've
You've
encountered a
encountered
trap.
a trap. Oh. Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Skylark 12 and 13 probably have concussions. We would have been dead if we weren't lucky.
This is Skylark 16. A trap got me. I'm tangled in steel wires. Unable to escape. Oh god, these are tight. I can't cut them with my knife. Somebody bring a wire cutter. Oh shit, rolling down the hill.
Chaotic radio transmissions came in one after another. Obviously, Okinogi had been wrong about the mountain dogs being in an advantageous position.
Nightingale 10 to base. These bastards disguised a trap with a well. 2 members fell in, unable to rescue them.
What the fuck is Sachiko's body count right now?
We need help.
Oh man, she's going for the body. Oppa!
What? Stop!
What the matter, 9 out 10? Come on, 9 out 10.
This is Nightingale 10. I've been hit. I was pushed from behind. Nightingale 9 through 11 are in the well now. Unharmed, but unable to escape. Shit!
Base to Nightingale, your backup has been attacked. Enemy sees your movement. Watch out!
This is Nightingale 1. I have a question. How can they see our movement? There's no UAV in the air or anything.
UAV?
On the base, we failed in our pursuit. We lost them. This is impossible. The mountainside's full of traps. We've already had a lot of injured men and only covered a short distance.
Here on to HQ. We found R and some of her friends. We're going after them. In assistance immediately.
They split up, huh? Their plan is to confuse and entangle us with traps. Heron 1, be careful. They're luring you to a trapped area. They're splitting up to divert us and putting an ambush. This is an extremely advanced tactic. There've already been many other injuries. And wait, let me read that. There have been already many injuries in the other units due to those traps and ambushes. Be careful. Be prepared for anything, Heron 1. Heron 1?
Heron to the base. Heron 1 is trapped. Come on, someone cut the rope. The rest of you, keep going. Don't let her escape.
Nightingale 1 to base. Nightingale 7 and his team have gone silent. It's very possible that they've been attacked. Allow us to send assistance.
This is Heron 5. 3 of our unit members have been knocked out by falling drums. What the hell is this? Are there more of those ahead of us? Charlie, this is you.
This is Skylark 13. Almost down. Ah! There's one of them now! I'll chase them down! Damn it! I'm gonna get you!
Stop! Skylark 13! You can't take them down by yourself.
Oh, come out, wherever you are. Come on this way. Ellie.
Damn kid! Wait right there!
There he is.
What the fuck?
There he is.
Who's that?
Skylark 13.
You'll understand when you get older.
He's
No
not.
one!
Not there.
That just one of the dudes?
Should we tell him a little bit?
You know what? I feel like we can.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So
this
here,
character-
I'm gonna explain.
One person at
So,
a time!
This is a little bit of revisionist history by Ryukishi and some of the guys who made this.
Okay.
Skylark 13 is a character that's in a different work from Ryukishi.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Jelly, you have a grandfathered character now. You're gonna be voicing
Wow.
this guy in a different thing.
Sure.
And you will recognize him when you see him. I'll tell you that for free. Anyways, Skylark 13 chased Satoko with an enraged snarl on his face. But Satoko ran through the woods effortlessly. Small branches scratched his body all over. But he continued to chase Satoko. Satoko ran like the wind. To her, she was simply running on her in her own backyard. Who would get injured in a place like that? As Skylark 13 ran after her, he passed many mountain dogs who couldn't even move because of Satoko's traps. The more of his trap fellows he saw, the more he wasn't sure if the girl he was after was really a girl. She was something that looked like one. He reached an area where logs were stacked in piles, with the trees in the area being chopped down. It was a rather strange scene. On his way there, Skylark 13 saw a member from a different unit hanging upside down from a tree. Saw his feet sticking out of a pitfall. There was a member whose foot was tied to the roots of a tree with a device that looked like a pair of handcuffs. He reached this area after seeing all of them. He suddenly started sweating all over his body. Skylark 13 realized that he had been lured into a trap. Hold on a second. Alright, hold on a second. He'd been caught in a snare. She had tricked him! The girl standing in the middle of an open area, calmly balancing on a stump. She was simply looking at him. Shit, he thought. She's trying to lure me in!
Jelly.
Jelly!
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 No, we lost
Shit,
him.
sorry,
We
I
lost
had to get the dog water. I apologize.
Alright.
This is Skylark 13. I chased one of them to an open field. I'll catch her. I'll get her.
This is Nightingale 7. I'm the one hanging behind you. That isn't a girl. That's a demon. You chase her, you'll end up in hell.
Face the Skylark 13. That's enough! Wait for assistance. Sneer members are on their way.
What's the matter, huh? If you want to catch me, you need to step forward about 10 meters.
It was only 10 meters. If you walked about 10 meters, you could catch that bratty little girl. How does it have to take to walk 10 meters? It took him 10 steps to if it took him 10 steps to walk 10 meters, then there'd be 10 more chances of stepping on a trap. But it was only 10 steps. You can catch her after taking just 10 steps.
Well, if you really want to catch me, then why not make your first step? Come on. Ellie.
Shit. Shit!
How is he going to take his first step? The area with weeds looks suspicious. But the
Why
bare
is this-
ground looks suspicious too. What if he jumped on a tree stump? No, no! That's what you want him to do! Also was ripping off Skylark 13's body. I needed to take 10 steps. Why was he so nervous about taking the first one?
Or 12.
I guess I'll do it.
No, that's way
Oh
too
yeah,
close.
wait, I'm Skylark 13. That doesn't make sense, yeah.
Skylark 13! From when I could see the tree stumps looks okay! You can jump on them!
Let me Nightingale 8. I'm gonna keep doing goofy voices.
Don't Skylark 13. This is Nightingale 8, the one tied to the tree root. The tree stumps must be trapped. There are too many stumps there, and it's just too suspicious.
I was this guy before, so. Can you hear me, Skylark 13? Don't go in any bushes. It's dangerous.
Don't step on the weeds! The open ground is dangerous too! Okay, well, I guess I'll have to do a different voice.
I'd say give him a gruffer voice.
Shit! And where should I step? You want me to fly?
What on earth are you doing? Growing bored waiting for you.
Do we have a 9?
Fucking.
Gale 9, the one who's tied up. My head is being patted by one of the targets. She says it's a trap field. Supposedly, that girl's magnum opus is set up there.
Tell you.
You should be extra careful.
Thank you, Aaron Hansen.
Cool.
Right?
Tell you, Jelly.
Gotta be kidding me! Did he say magnum opus? What does he mean by magnum opus? What about all the other traps? Weren't they her magnum opus? The mountain dogs were professionals. Were paid to engage in battle. If this little girl is playing us like fools! We not beat her? We not beat this brat? Must be a bluff! How is it possible for a trap to exist that's worse than what I've seen so far? It's a bluff! It must be a bluff! I'm definitely gonna get her! Jesus. Should I start with my right foot? Or my left?
The girl suddenly lifted her hand and thrust it. Oh, still you.
The girl suddenly lifted her hand and thrust it at me. Is she telling me to stop?
5 steps.
What?
You can take 5 steps without setting on a trap. Win.
I see. You're confident, aren't you?
Yes.
I take 5 steps safely. What are you gonna do?
Let's see. I'll admit my loss and surrender. How about that? Brain is as sharp as ever today. I'll get you before you take your 5th step.
Stupid fucking kid!
Nor.
Or
The goofy voice.
Nightingale Skylark 13. Don't let it provoke you.
Was
I
I
guess I'm
7?
this person too,
Tom
yeah.
is deep number 7.
Alright.
Oh, number 7. Yeah.
she's a demon. Don't let her appearance fool you. She can read your mind. We can't defeat her.
Base to Skylark 13. Don't go any further. That's enough. Nightingale's almost there. Stay in position.
That would mean I'd lose. 5 steps? 5 steps, you say? Damn it, I'm in then. 5 steps, right? 5 steps, right?
How many times do you need to repeat it? What, are you deaf or something? Man should only say things once unless he's whispering words of love.
Kid!
Skylark 13! He's going to read your mind!
I'm down. That's right. I'm Skylark 13. Cool-headed. Just like Golgo. I need to keep a level head and think. Right. Already on to my thoughts. You can see how I'll think. I have to take 5 steps towards her.
Hmm? Whatever do you mean by that?
Yeah. Alright. This is what it means. I won't go forward. I'll take 5 steps backwards.
What a galaxy brain.
I did it! I did it! I was certain it was a trick. I take 5 steps, I win! It didn't say I had to move forward. I can go backwards too.
And that's why you're done with those 5 steps.
Combo breaker! Skylark for takedown!
He's fucking dead!
That fool! He let her mess with him!
Dude, that was awesome!
Satoka's unremarkable performance just wasn't her own effort alone. Miana mastered the geography and the enemy's formations while instructing Satoko. Satoko marked all of her traps on the map. When that map and Mian's ability to command combined, the club was simply unbeatable. You guys know anybody can clip things, right? It doesn't just have to be you. It doesn't have to be Bone.
Yeah.
Somebody clip that.
And Hanyu, who knew about the mountains almost as well as Satoko, relayed orders from Mian to Keiichi Arena, and they prepared for the ambush. The traps didn't always activate when they were stepped on. Sometimes Keiichi and others were setting them off at the right moment. Keiichi and continued to fight everywhere according to Mian's orders. Sometimes they'd hide, and sometimes they'd attack. One by one, they eliminated their enemy.
Yeah!
Holy fuck.
Oh my god.
Satoko's traps have been taking down most of the enemies, but Keiichi's surprise attack with his bat have worked out successfully too!
Okay, she's taking lives with that fucking bat.
Not even the well-trained mound dogs who respond to attacks after being stunned by those traps. Humans need a little time to react. According to the research done by the US Armed Forces, the average reaction time is 15 seconds. In other words, any soldier is powerless during the 15 seconds following a surprise attack. Turning those 15 seconds is the goal of their training. No matter how much they train, it will never become 0. Their radio communications had actually made things much worse for them. The more they heard about damage done to their other units, the more worried they got. It slowed them down and made them think less strategically. At that point, as far as Mion was concerned, the mountain dogs were no longer a force to be reckoned with.
Ichi was successful. Bundled them all up nicely together. Ah! I'm gonna get it too. He finished all of them off.
Got it. Looks like we got 5 more points with this one, huh? Okay, my lovelies, what are you going to do now? About 30% of your southern army has dropped out. At least 1 or 2 men have to respond to calls from injured soldiers. And what that means is that they hardly have anyone left. A decent commander would order retreat about now.
Oh,
This
okay,
is Skylark 1. We have too many injured men in our unit. We don't have anyone to continue the pursuit. We have no other choice but to give up.
Skylark 1, we might have badly damaged, but we are narrowing down the enemy range of action. You might not withdraw. Maintain your front with that you got.
Shit. Skylark 1 to all units. Commander's basically telling us to die. Check your supplies once more and we'll resume the march.
Why isn't, like, Rika just running in one direction this whole time? Like...
Oh yeah, I forgot. I didn't think it was planned.
Takano-san is so mad that she won't allow it. Morale of the Kina commander is down because his request to withdraw was denied and they have to resume the march. Here's our chance. Get John. Meet up with Rena and lure them into Section Z. Traps there or something else. You tell Kei-chan to move on to Section X. What a fun game.
Leon is in perfect form. If she was born in a different era, her name would have been in the history books.
You ask me, Nelson and Togo are both mediocre. Like I can see this mountain inside and out.
Mio's the type to display exponential ability. She's down, she's at rock bottom. She's in perfect form, it's just terrifying. That was the blood of the head of one of the three families of Hinamizawa. If Mia had been around for her historical battle, she would have changed history. If she were to join Napoleon, Siberia would be French territory. If she were to join Hitler, Europe would belong to the Third Reich.
What the fuck?
And with all that, the Battle of the Mountains was simply
We're
a
not gonna
diversion.
go further on that now.
Let's move on really quickly.
This is me unexpected. Everything had collapsed into chaos. The mountain dogs could think calmly. They could have realized they hadn't seen any adults. They didn't notice. Confused as they were by all the attacks they were suffering. Of course, that too was part of Mion's plan. Scale the diversion would hide the fact that there was a rescue unit going to get Tomitake. Therefore, the more chaotic the battle grew on the mountain, the better it was for the rescue unit. As I chosen such an ostentatious method of fighting. At the same time, that was exactly the kind of fight Mion preferred. I intended just to let it be just a diversion, and to destroy the dog's main forces on these mountains. Yet, more frightening of all was our home advantage. It wasn't exaggerating to say that the theory that defenders have thrice the advantage over assailants is heavily to their advantage of location. Yeah. In that case, how's the rescue unit doing? Were they at a disadvantage because they were on the offensive? The 4 rescue unit members, led by Irie, was hiding in a bush next to the clinic. Let's go. The security camera...
If I narrate this section so you can give your voice a little bit of a rest from narration?
Yeah, sure, fine. No big deal. Let's go. The security camera on the side of the clinic is broken, so it's safe.
You want to attack from this side? Are you sure?
Our enemy is completely dependent on the security system. So it should be alright.
Okay, let's go then. Should we head along the wall at the back of the director's office? Yes. I didn't close the window when I left, so it should still be open. If you go through the window, there's a back door in the security camera, as well as the security room for the first floor. There should be 2 guards in there. The entrance to the basement is being observed by the security camera. They'll find us right away.
Okay, then we have to take those 2 guards down on the first floor, right? It's a basic rule to secure an escape route.
We'll go into the office, then in the security room on the first floor.
Move forward, walking against the wall so that they remain in the blind spot of the security cameras. Soon reach the window of the director's office. If any village kids saw them, they'd assume they were playing around, pretending to be spies. DA was glad that the clinic was closed on Sundays. DA peeked into the room. It was exactly the same as how he left it. The window was open too. 4 of them snuck into the room through that window. Kasaka put his ear against the door to the hallway. He signaled the others to let them know that there was nobody on the other side. Since the clinic was closed, the mountain dogs were the only people around. Being Sunday really was fortunate. It was very quiet in the clinic. The chorus of the cicadas was the only thing that could be heard. There was a clock on the director's desk. It was almost 11:30 a.m. Ian was surprised to find herself getting hungry, given all that was going on. Sai and Akasaka checked over their weapons. Irie brought out a book of blueprints from the locked bookcase. It said construction plan for the Irie clinic.
This is the director's office. This is the security room for the first floor. Go next to the office. These red marks are the security cameras. security room is on the first floor shouldn't be a problem at all. Basement will be a lot more difficult. This is the underground research section. This is the entrance to it here. There's a stairwell to the second floor on the blueprint we gave the regular workers. Actually, an entrance to the basement hidden in there. And there's the staircase to the basement.
This is quite the basement. It's actually a lot bigger than the section above ground.
Sure, the basement contains the real identity of this clinic.
This is the door that requires Coach's security access card to open, huh? Is it possible for them to revoke your access card? Is there a way to break through the door just in case we can't use it?
It's a strong door. While destroying all the evidence, we're supposed to shut the door and pump water into the place. So it's an airproof door, huh? If it can endure that much water pressure, it must be strong.
So there must be no other way in other than by using the access card.
It's possible to block individual cards, but the access card that Takano and I have are special ones for commissioned officers. These special cards require an 8-digit password set by the owner. So in practice, they can't block my card. In other words, they don't expect commissioned officers to use them with ill intent, right?
But if that doesn't work, we'll have the guards in the security room or on the first floor open it. The card should work just fine.
I'd have to let us use their card, though.
They don't want to help. All we need is a card and a finger, right?
I'd rather not do that. That's just how my card works. There's a security room for the basement. It's located right next to the door. The room has air conditioning and a TV. So basically it's where all the security guards end up gathering. After we take down 2 guards on the first floor, there should be 6 left.
6 guards, huh? We'll have to get rid of them all at once. If we don't, they'll set off an alarm. Unless we can cut the wires for it.
I'm not sure where, but they must have both reserve power and reserve wiring.
That's a no-go. Be more realistic to take out everyone in the security room. Are the guards armed?
The guards on the first floor aren't armed, but I've heard they kept guns in the security room just in case. All the security guards in the basement have guns, though. I think they have more powerful guns in the security room, too.
Since those guns are for indoor use, I bet they use the machine guns of a lower caliber. They won't be accurate when used at long range, but they're extremely powerful and dangerous when in close quarters.
They had an MP5 earlier. It won't be good for us if they have several more of those. If we can take them out, the basement is ours. Coach, where's Satoshi-kun?
I'd rather not move him, but we can't leave him in the enemy's hands either. Move him somewhere safe. Maybe I need to be with him too.
Which room is Satoshi-kun in?
He's in a confinement room down here. He's been staying there since last year.
Satoshi-kun. Look in Shion's eyes made clear her determination. Strong. Security guards who chased after Irie were in the security room on the first floor. They'd resumed their game of poker. The mountain dogs were combing the mountains, and they were well aware that the Institute continued to be in danger. Their job was to stay in that room. Besides, they were working hard on their poker game. Of course, they weren't really concentrating on the game itself. They're still both chatting about the recent car chase, and both seemed proud about what they had done. They were ordered to shoot at the tires, but they wished they had been ordered to shoot at Irie himself. Definitely would have caught him. Talked and laughed like that. People stopped being on edge, that left them all the more vulnerable. This was a perfect example. That was why it took only 2 seconds to suppress them.
your hands on your heads.
Security guards were professionals. They immediately realized the guns Akka, Kasai, and Shion were holding were toys. I already heard there was a gunfight in the basement of the Sonozaki residence. Security guards knew they weren't dealing with amateurs. Also knew they wouldn't hesitate to fire. That was why they surrendered so quickly. Bitches. The handcuffs on them already, so it was easy for Kasai and the others to restrain them. Security guards had never thought they'd be wearing the cuffs themselves. Especially never dreamed of being locked up in a toilet. Hands were cuffed to pipes behind them as they sat on the toilet seats. Mouths were stuffed with hand towels, then covered with duct tape. Shion, clearly amused, remarked on how she always wanted to do this to someone, and Kasai couldn't help but laugh.
So far, so good. No challenge to the basement. Let's see us on a security camera.
The camera black and white. The screen divided into 4 sections.
I think so. One of those typical screens for a security camera.
That means its resolution isn't that great, huh? In that case... have an idea.
Shion-san, maybe they've already suffered enough.
What does that mean?
Mountain dogs weren't only locked in the bathroom, but had to go through extra humiliation. Video calls continued to come in from the mountain dogs who were fighting up in the mountains. Security guards listened to them intently over the speakers. What they could hear was obvious the mountain dogs weren't doing well at all. They kept falling into traps, suffering heavy losses, all of which they had never expected. It was clear that the mountain dogs were trapped, but they even started to think that they were being lured into something bigger than a simple military maneuver. Mountain dogs had made a mistake. Assumed the club members went to the mountains to escape from Hinamizawa. They were wrong. They were simply being lured into their enemy's carefully prepared territory. Panicked voices in the mountain dogs. Okano's yelling. Okanogi's reprimands could be heard through the speaker. It certainly sounded like a war zone.
Phoenix won the Phoenix. Break time is over. We're moving in. We're taking over Heron's positions. We've already suffered critical casualties on our side, but the enemy has steadily retreated, and we almost have them surrounded. We're almost there. We'll use the Phoenix to overpower them. The Major will take command. I'm going in too. We'll finish them off.
Thanks, bye.
Hey, the commander's going as well. Phoenix is going in too. It's an all-out attack.
I can't believe this. Have most of our units been defeated?
Who are we up against anyway? What kind of special unit are they?
Security guards listening to the battle reports over the radio fluctuated between dismay and rejoicing. A cute chime rang suddenly.
That is a cute chime.
It was a warning chime that rang automatically when someone went through the entrance to the basement. The chime rang, the guards were supposed to check the screen to see who was coming through. One who looked at the screen needed a moment to comprehend what he was seeing. Phoenix 3.
Is there one?
Hey!
Wait, do we have a Phoenix 3?
I think I was doing it because Phoenix 4. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, I'm doing it. Hey, it's Director Irie.
What?
I think.
Wait, am I Phoenix 4? Wait.
Yeah, you were
hold on.
4 because you were doing it up. Yeah.
Alright. What?
You could see the 2 security guards on the first floor restraining Irie and some girl.
This is Director Irie, right? What's going on?
I get it. Even if fighting against the mountain dogs are a diversion, we still are here to rescue Tomatake.
Call the Major and let her know that we have the Director,
Buzzer sounded and a computer panel displayed information about the card being used to enter. Mission Officer Pass. D0001. Special Grade 1. Lieutenant Colonel Ryosuke Irie, Director. Password
Redacted.
Stop, beep, 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 boop.
Match. Fingerprint confirmation. Total match. Strange. Security guards brought Irie down. Made sense. Why were they using the director's security access card? Even using his fingerprint? Why were they having him do that? Would it be quicker for the guards to do that themselves?
Ah!
The guards figured it out, but it was too late. The door to the basement was open and the 4 newcomers forced their way inside. Ran to the security camera screen and were headed straight for the security room. Had them.
Man, this scene is so badass in the anime.
As soon as the door opened, the security guard started firing. Kasaka realized that if it had taken him a second longer to pull back, he would have been riddled with hundreds of bullets. The guards pushed the desk onto its side. Paper cups on the desk fell to the floor, spilling coffee everywhere. No need to mop that up now, motherfuckers. Shit's popping off hard. Use the desk as a barricade. The 2 guards started to shoot at random. As long as the guards were shooting at the rescue unit, they couldn't counterattack. The guards activated the emergency alarm, and another picked up the submachine gun that was conveniently hanging up on the wall. Another one picked up a gas mask. It's impressive that they got their act together so quickly. A situation like this would result in fierce gun battle, meaning that it would take quite a while for the rescue team to suppress the guards. Emergency alarms sounding in the basement reminded them that their surprise attack had failed. Completely.
Shit! We couldn't do it!
But they're stuck in that room. They're there, we can rescue Satoshi-kun and Tomitake-san. New mountain dogs outside would definitely hear that alarm. If it took too long, the enemy would come to block their escape route. And they'd be trapped inside too.
Right. Something about dealing with intruders in the security system.
He started to speak while he tried to recollect it. Dion told him that he should have remembered something like that before they came in. Before Irie remembered, a voice came on over the speakers.
There has been an emergency in the entrance block. There's been an emergency in the entrance block. All areas in the research center will be shut down as an emergency measure. All entrance staff are to gather in the security room and put on gas masks. Please follow the security guard's instructions.
Is this SCP containment breach?
The gas will be disseminated automatically in the emergency area within 2 minutes. I repeat.
We'll have to take them down and cancel the alarm within 2 minutes or we're in big trouble.
I was using text voice from the Paper Mario, Willie's Paper Mario Let's
This
Play.
also turned into Resident Evil way too quick and fast. What kind of gas are we talking about here? Is it poisonous?
I think it's diphenyl cyanosyne.
I think it's gas.
No, diphenyl cyanoarsine. You inhale a lot of it, it's dangerous, but it's not deadly. It'll take a few seconds to take effect. There are many symptoms, but the most common one is to sneeze for about 30 minutes.
Isn't that also called Red Agent? The military used to secure enemy territories.
Either had to run out of there immediately or take over the security room, but since that area had been sealed off, they couldn't escape. There were armed guards in the security room. If the rescue unit members even peeked around the corner, they'd be shot at mercilessly.
Damn, this won't work! We can't aim and shoot in this situation!
Basics of indoor combat. Spades, huh? Shit, we don't have any.
The Russian will be shot at. Ah, fuck. What can we do?
Shikun is finally within my reach. Damn it! Leon pressed her forehead against her gun, gritting her teeth with frustration. Kasai analyzed the situation. He stood up and spoke.
Everyone, let me handle this.
Guards in the security room were on edge too. As the gas was flowing, everyone would come to an end, but the guards knew their enemy wouldn't just sit and wait for that to happen. Come rushing in, regardless of the counterattack they faced. The guards would still have the upper hand. It'd be a point-blank gunfight. And come out of it unscathed. For as the deadline approached, their tension increased. Guards never even considered that the door they opened would be shut again. Fired at the door, leaving many small holes in it. After that, it all went quiet. What were they thinking? There's nowhere to hide. Gas was about to be released. Why did they close the door? What reason did they do that? How dumb could they have been? That was when a loud explosion punched a hole in the door the size of a fist. Not only the door, but the wall of the security room had a similar hole.
Is it Magnum? A Magnum?
No.
No, that's a slug.
It's a breaching shotgun.
Calm voice echoed from the other side of the door.
Correct. This weapon isn't meant to be fired at a person. You know how powerful it is, right?
Oh fuck, that's an anti-tank rifle.
Oh fuck, that's an anti-tank rifle.
Fuck!
Power of a slug bullet is limited to extremely close-range battles, but it is also incredibly powerful. After all, it's fire from a shotgun, but it doesn't scatter. Shotgun is meant to fire scatter shots, but it can be used to fire only one huge, incredibly powerful bullet.
It's basically a modern musket.
It's the slug. It's usually used for hunting. It's used to shoot at animals, not humans. Unless you're Dennis Quayle. If it was used to hunt a human, their arms and legs would be shattered, and nothing would be left of the head. It shouldn't even be called a bullet. It should be called a cannon.
It's
Like an anti-tank cannon.
It's far
really
too thick and too rough to be called a bullet.
Would easily pierce through door. Desk they were using as a barricade. Any guards hiding behind the desk before slamming into the fucking wall. Guards understood very well just how powerful it was. The kind of guns they had shot out many small bullets, therefore they didn't work as well through a door. Their enemies didn't care about the door at all. Their weapon could easily pierce through anything. Being behind a desk didn't mean a thing.
What the hell with this Uber guy?
You understand how powerful my weapon is, correct? If you don't want to die, please turn off the alarm.
Sergeant.
Oh, calm down. The gas will be released any minute. We have to hang in there just for a few seconds.
Don't you realize your guts will be scattered all over the floor before that happens?
Sai's voice was extremely intimidating. Only one who truly understood the power of the shotgun could talk that way.
We don't have time. I'll give you 5 seconds. If that alarm isn't turned off in 5 seconds, well, be prepared for that.
Hey, what do we do? There are about 60 seconds left before the gas is released.
I'm down. He's nervous too. I'll let him take control of the situation.
Was when a deep voice rang out, reverberating through the pit of their stomachs.
Hey, I've been nice enough until now, but didn't you hear what I just said?
Must have been coming through the same person. It changed so much so quickly.
I, Tatsuyoshi Kasai, am giving you the chance to live. Aren't you a bit grateful for that, you pieces of shit? You don't think I'm serious, do ya? Huh? Answer me!
Roar and an explosion sounded at the same time. The upper half of the door completely fucking disappeared. Numerous lead balls bounced around the room, breaking the lights and ricocheting off the walls. Shattered glass fell onto the floor. Shotgun had turned the security room into hell. Hurricane of lead balls flew violently through the room as it scattered, shattered, and destroyed everything in sight. Guards could only cover their heads and pray for their dear fucking god. Pray the lead balls wouldn't hit them and endure the falling glass. Before they had a chance to recover, Kasai jumped in through what was left of the door and kicked the desk aside, stepped onto one guard's head, and yelled at the others.
Alright, who wants to be minced first, huh? Is it you? What happened to that attitude just now, huh?
Using a fucking street sweeper?
Who's it?
No! I give up! Don't shoot!
Don't waste my time, you shithead! Do you wanna die? I've dealt with far more dead people than any of ya!
Sorry, please don't kill me.
Dropped their guns voluntarily and got on the floor with their hands on their heads. Even Shion couldn't believe what just happened. There were several of them, and all had been amply armed. Sai had been a weapon too, but it was his presence that defeated them. Even the mountain dogs couldn't equal what Kasai once had to go through.
What the hell? What the fuck are you taking a nap for? Do you want to inhale the gas? I can easily rip off your mask, you know. Turn the fucking alarm off already.
Okay, I'll turn it off. I will. Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
But the guards got up in a hurry and switched the alarm off. Sai stood there calmly, but they were only seconds away from the gas releasing. Shion and Nakasaka came to their senses and quickly moved into the room to help Kasai subdue the guards. Kasai,
I never wanted to do something like that again, but it was an emergency. Please forget about it.
hard to forget something like that. That was the Kasai Shion knew. In the end, Kasai hadn't killed anyone. Shion remembered Kasai telling her how terrifying shotguns were in the basement of the Sonozaki residence. That was Shotgun Tatsu, whom all the people in Shishibone City were so afraid of.
Let's hurry. The alarm has gone off already.
Have we actually heard his voice?
We can't stay for long.
Can we get one line of Kasai?
Oh yeah, sure, I guess.
こんな真似は二度としないつもりでしたが、緊急措置でし
Of
た
course, he sounds like a fucking thug.
Oh yeah.
This guy's obviously ex-Yakuza.
Well, yeah, I think they have said that.
Yeah, they said that multiple
current
times.
Yakuza.
I think he's current Yakuza, yeah.
You're right. Let's hurry.
Kasaka and Kasai pulled out the guards' handcuffs and restrained them. Satoshi-kun! Where is Satoshi-kun? That the security room was under their control, Shion realized there was nothing keeping her from seeing Satoshi. She was getting anxious. Mia had shown her the map. Must be down here, she thought. Shion had already started to run.
I'm going too. Let's evacuate Satoshi-kun and Tomitake-san.
Alright, go ahead.
Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Kasaka felt a chill running down his spine. He said there were 6 security guards. Shion wasn't paying attention to anything else. He was only thinking about her reunion with Satoshi. She still can't hear in her left ear. Made things worse, a security guard is waiting on the left side of Shion. Shion had to regret letting her guard down just a bit too early. Mountain Dog jumped down and grabbed Shion. He choked her neck with his thick arm. There was no way Shion could get out of this situation alone. He saw what had happened. Fortunately, their backs were turned towards him. It was Irie's chance to attack the enemy.
Come on, Irie, step up!
But today, Irie had lost a lot of confidence in himself. Felt he hadn't done anything right all day. Fighting wasn't his expertise, so there really wasn't anything he could have done, but he was disappointed in himself for not being able to help just the same. In that moment, he was the only one who could do anything. Possible, he wanted to go get Kasai or Akasaka. They were both very reliable. He could take out this man in an instant. There was no time for that. Only in this moment was his back facing Irie. If Irie didn't do anything, the dog was sure to take Shion hostage, creating a deadlock. Enemy backup could arrive at any moment, so being in a deadlock would mean death. 4. Irie couldn't depend on anyone else. He had to resolve the situation himself. Only had one chance. As the unit member turned around, the deadlock would begin. Is there even a way for Irie to knock him down in one shot? No, he had to. He must. It had to be something that only Irie could do. He took a mechanical pencil out of his pocket. It was probably the strongest weapon he had.
Whoa! Whoa! Gah! Ow! Damn it, Director! Ow!
He stabbed the man's neck with his mechanical pencil, but it only scratched him a little. What was he thinking? And drew his gun, pressed it to Shion's forehead, and created a stalemate just as Irie predicted. Sorry. I was only thinking about Satoshi-kun. Shion's eyes were filled with tears.
Okay, Director. Could you please tell your friends to get rid of their weapons? I met that huge son before. One of you has a pretty big gun. I don't want to get shot with that.
Come on, Irie, remember Kasai-san from earlier. You can do it.
Don't make me laugh. Do you really think you can deal with me? Here? In this basement of the Irie Institute?
What?
Don't assume this is a regular mechanical pencil. This is actually a syringe that Takano-san developed. Do I know what was in it? Did you explain?
What?
If a regular person had said that, it wouldn't have worked. Irie was wearing his white coat, and the basement was his territory. He said sounded very believable. Wanted to believe that Irie was lying. He started to feel an itch on the back of his neck.
H178 is a drug Takano-san created. It's a masterpiece of the 170 series. There's no treatment, and symptoms such as confusion, delusion, headaches, runny nose, stuffy nose, constipation, and many other things will start within a few minutes. In the end, you will scratch your butt so hard you'll bleed to death. The only cure is the antidote within 1 minute.
That's a lie!
30 seconds have passed. It's going through your heart by now, and soon it'll be everywhere in your body. Don't your lymph nodes itch yet? Do you snore or fart when you sleep?
Shion can only watch this pathetic act in silence. For the mountain dog, who worked at the shady research center, what Irie said sounded totally believable.
Shit, okay. I give up. Hurry and give me the shot.
So don't think Craig would ask someone to do something for you. Okay, I give up, sir. Please give me the shot. No, that's not good enough. It's not how you talk to your master.
Oh no.
I'll tell you one more time.
Shit.
Are you ready? I have to inject you in the butt. Get on your hands and knees with your pants down. After that, stick your butt by putting your shoulders on the floor. Bite your right thumbnail and turn around. There you go. Shake your butt and beg me to give you the antidote.
Oh, I hate
What?
you
You can't do that? That's sad. Ever since ancient times, Maid vowed complete loyalty to their masters.
I knew he would do this.
Their selfish devotions created the virtues and cultures we enjoy today. But look what is happening to that wonderful Japan nowadays.
What is actually happening?
Youngsters have forgotten the spirit of maids.
Stop, it's
Tend their
amazing.
skins down wearing loose socks and flashy Hawaiian fashion. Oh, what happened to Japanese women of the good old days? Be careful of your excessive tanning. Take care of your skin to keep it
I
smooth.
fucking hate you.
Socks must be knee-high, of course, but garter belts are wonderful too. But once in a while, high socks are okay too, and cultivate the spirit of a maid. Come to think, Japan has forgotten all about its wabi-sabi and aesthetic in maids. The low birth rate in the Asian society are a result of that. The population continues to age until the amount of time before Moe Media accommodates to that. Up until now, older women series are treated as a niche in porn shops, but eventually they'll occupy a huge corner. Middle-aged women and maids are just like different kinds of toilet detergent. They're dangerous to mix. If you mix them together, then you get housekeepers, not maids. And housekeepers will be the series of video people watch. That'd be the extinction of maids. When that time comes, we will shine into a sad rain upon the world, and the asteroid belt will cover the earth. That's the judgment day prophesied by Revelation. When the great maid headband covers the entire world, the true king of maids will revive. Listen carefully. You stand before the king of maids. Kneel! Take back the stone from the kid. Here are the magic words. Lite, Lato Perita, maid.
He's doing the JoJo pose. He's fucking JoJo posing.
Maid in heaven.
Oh my god! That was definitely
I'm doing the Alex Yeek pose. What is going on?
Oh my fucking
AC
god!
left
Oh my god!
Posing. Fucking JoJo pose. He was fucking JoJo posing.
Are you okay, Shion-chan? I beseech thee, somebody
that's enough.
please, someone better be fucking clipping this right now.
This is too long to be a clip. It has to be an actual video, or else you don't get the full thing.
We just make a master cut of the Akasaka barrel thing and the maids.
Alright, so can we call it, or do you guys want to keep going?
No, we can call it. How much time do we got left, Joshi? Joshi?
Let me do some math.
Let's end on a high note today.
That's it. That's the epitome. That's the epitome of I'm sorry, the epitome of
So
my
if-
voice acting career.
A rough estimate would be 2.5 hours.
All right, so
Yeah, we got that tomorrow.
So a standard session, and even then, we'll probably end up going over anyway. That's cool.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's too long to clip. I can't clip all of that.
Yeah,